Hey, we're at Rensselaer Central High School. The Bombers and the Tipton Blue Devils are going to play first game in the conference. We're going to visit right now with head coach Chris Meeks.
Good seeing you.
Good seeing you, sir. I got to admit, you started back in 1999. You went 5-5. A lot of coaches cannot do that.
Yeah, I was an assistant for a long time, and opportunity arose where I had an opportunity to move into the head coaching position, talked it over with my wife, and said, why not? And loved it ever since, and it's been a long road.
Tell you what, Coach, you got 198 wins. You are 2 wins away from a pretty good milestone.
I am, but I also have 112 losses. That's what I look at. So I look at it. So yeah, a lot of good memories, a lot of good things, but I hope there's a whole lot more ahead.
We're going to talk about 2014 here in just a second. Is that okay?
Absolutely.
Okay, I got to mention, you're an 84 graduate right here at Rensselaer Central. You've been here your whole life. That's got to be special.
It is. Born and raised here, love this community. When I got out of college, went to Frankfurt for 3 years, and then had an opportunity to come back and get back involved coaching here and teaching, and jumped on it and have loved it ever since. So we love this community. My family was born and raised here. My girls grew up here, and we take a lot of pride being Bombers.
Coach, you look like you can play football right now. I'm going to bring something back to baseball season. Ken Hickman, he needs help. Sometimes running events, you help him out. Now, you told me then you were having a knee ailment. You had it worked on, but you needed Dr. Condit to get it right.
And Dr. Condit came through. He replaced my knee February 28th. It was a tough knee surgery from the standpoint I had 4 previous surgeries back in the 80s, so lots of scar tissue build up. So he went in, replaced the knee, had to do a manipulation 2 months later, and he said just give it time. And true to what he said, things have gotten a whole lot better. And I think here in a few months I'll be back to perfectly normal.
That's great. Hey, I'm going to ask you this question. When you were with your guys this week, you were talking to them after practice. Did you put an emphasis on this conference game?
We did. It's the start of the small school conference. I think it's wide open. We have a great rivalry with Tipton, 2 schools that are mutual in size and great tradition, great history, and have had some great contests over the years. So, it's homecoming on top of that. So, yes, we do put a heavy emphasis on this, but we will the next game as well. But, yeah, this is a big one for sure.
That sounds good. I'm going to mention your backfield. You've got 3 seniors. You've got 32 Carter Ogborn. You've got number 40 Logan Metzger, but he doubles with 62 tackles as an inside linebacker, middle linebacker, and you've got Landon Mush, a junior, catching passes.
Yeah, all 3 of those guys are special athletes. They're playmakers, strong physical kids, and we're very comfortable with either of those 3, running with the ball or catching the ball.
Coach, I'm going to mention, we're going to talk last thing about 2014. You ran the table. You went 15-0. We talked last year about you beating Central Catholic 17-14. It was a cold game, but you got that field goal. You talked about that last year.
Yeah, we played them week 8, and with 8 minutes to go in the game, we were up 2-0. And then we So we got a safety to go up 2-0. Then we scored and got a touchdown to make the final score 9-0. But we knew there was a good chance that we would play each other week 14 semi-state. And sure enough, we did. And, it came down, like you said, a 17-14 game, awesome game. And, we were very pleased to get out of there with the win and get down to a state finals.
You went to the state finals and you took care of an Evansville modern-day school.
Our kids were locked in, dialed in, and we had big momentum on our side and a lot of team chemistry. And there was no way we were going to be denied that day, and that's the way our kids played.
Coach Chris Meeks, I thank you.
Hey, thanks, and great seeing you guys here.
So we're going to walk this direction. That is Coach Chris Meeks, head coach in his 27th year here with the Rensselaer Central Bombers. I tell you what, Larry, that's a long time to be in one place and graduate right here at Rensselaer Central. It's about like an Aaron Toll story. We'll talk about that.
Yeah, just exactly. I mean, again, it obviously he's in love with this place. He spent his whole life here. He went to college over here at St. Joseph's. So, you could tell the passion in his voice, not only for the football team and program, but also, just for the area. And when you get a job like that, you never really work a day in your life. So
presents the 2020.
That sounds good. We're going to walk this direction. We're going to talk to Coach Aaron Toll. Aaron Toll going to talk with us. Pretty good evening for football. Good to see you, Coach Toll.
Good to see you. Another great fall evening, Friday night. You ready for some high school football?
We got some grass here tonight. It's soft. It's got chlorophyll in it.
It's very well taken care of. It's it's very evident that they take a lot of pride in their football program here, and best grass field that we play on each and every year.
Absolutely, Coach. You got 233 games under your belt. 145 wins. You're working in year number 21. Got to mention, this is week number 5. Middle of the regular season, be a good win tonight.
Yeah, we played 2 really good ball clubs the last 2 weeks, and we need to get the thing this week was we got to get our mojo back. We got to start playing with some confidence. Start playing with confidence. Start playing faster. Start playing more physically. Start having more fun. All the different things start coming together. So that's the goal tonight against a 3-1 Rensselaer team against a Hall of Fame coach. We have not won up here a ton of times, so it's going to be a big challenge.
Coach, tonight it's going to set off first of 3 Hoosier Conference small school matchups.
Yeah, that's kind of interesting. It's Tipton, Rensselaer, Lafayette Central Catholic, and Benton Central, and we feel like the winner of tonight's game is going to put themselves kind of in a really good spot. They're going to become the team to beat, so this is a huge ball game coming off 2 losses. A small school first divisional game in the small school division. We need to start feeling good about ourselves. So this is a huge one for us.
Coach, we talked with Chris Meeks about him going to Rensselaer Central. Same for you going to Tipton. Both coaches tonight are natives of their own school.
Yeah, it makes it a little bit, to me, and I'm sure he's the same way. It makes it more special. He's been here, I think, 27 years, and I've been at Tipton for 21. Like I said, he's a Hall of Fame coach. We've had some great ball games, all the way from crossover games to regular season games to semi-state games. So we've had some great matchups over the years.
Coach, I tell you what, you guys have played Rensselaer Central several times, 13 to be exact. But that's over the 20 years that you've been here. Tipton Blue Devils are 7-6 versus Rensselaer Central.
We'd like to keep it. We'd like to make it 8-6. That's got a nice ring to it. But it's honestly these two. The 2 schools have a lot in common. I think their community is a lot like our community. They take a lot of pride in their football program, just like we do. They've had tournament success. They won a state championship the year after we were the state runner-up. They were the state champs. So lots of similarities. These are the kind of teams we ought to be playing, to be honest.
Coach, you're going to thank the senior quarterback. That's Cohen Westfall. He doesn't throw a lot of passes. He seems to be just basically a distributor.
They are a run-heavy team. They always have been. That's what they want to do. I think he's a capable passer, but if we force them into throwing the football, I think things are going well for us on the scoreboard.
Quintal, quarterback, where's number 2? He's got 5 touchdown passes. He's got Dakota Garman, and he's got Zane Durham, and they catching passes for him.
We got a lot of confidence in our receiving core, and honestly, I think that might be one of the keys tonight. If we can get our passing game going, that might loosen up the box a little bit, so we can run and be balanced. That's kind of the goal. So.
You've got a couple other guys catching passes. You got Mahaney, you've got Ridgeway, and you've got Jaron Aller. He's caught 11 balls. Yeah,
they're all capable kids. And again, Garman's obviously our go-to guy, but we want to get as many other guys. And, the more people we get involved around Dakota, then the harder we are to defend. So that's going to be the goal.
Coach, going to have nice weather, no rain, 91 high for today.
And it was nice weather in Rensselaer. It never is.
Absolutely. It is. It's quite a drive.
It's a heck of a drive. And, the last couple of times the weather has not been real cooperative. I think it was raining upside down last time we were here. It was pretty miserable. But it's a beautiful night tonight for hopefully a great high school football game.
Coach, can I ask you something impromptu?
Absolutely.
Indiana Fever got a win last night. Do you watch them?
Not religiously. My wife's a huge fan. My wife went to game 2. She was in the third row behind the bench, said it was an awesome experience. The Reds and Cubs were playing last night, so we had that on, and when that game was over, then we did flip it over to the Fever to watch them finish. So
Reds 77-76. They're 2 games back, I think, in the wild card.
We got to win them all, I would say. But we're still paying attention. We're still playing baseball that means something in September, so that makes it fun.
Thank you, sir.
Absolutely.
We're going to walk this direction. He's a big-time Reds fan. He's got that Cincinnati Reds license plate on that black truck.
Exactly. Yeah, he definitely follows the Big Red Machine. Can we still call him that? I don't know, AJ. Yeah. So, I can remember growing up in Columbus, Ohio, and even up in Chicago during that age of Reds baseball, and they were still the best team I think I've ever seen play baseball by a long shot. So, again, talked about the weather here, just a little bit of breeze. Weather's excellent. Don't expect any rain. So, expecting a good matchup tonight against 2 teams that are, looking to, on Tipton's part, to get back into the winning bracket, and Rensselaer's to keep moving forward with wins. So, we'll see how tonight ends up. So a nice press box. They give us a nice quarters here to work from. We love it at Tipton, definitely. But they got a nice door we can shut here. We're all taped up, got lights on. We got flashlight if we need it. I don't know if Larry wants to. Larry might want to try to plug this in. Larry's going to plug in a light. Hold on a minute. And Larry's going to plug this in. We got a light we've not used yet. Got that in our arsenal. And a nice lady up here made us a little take-home sack. That is so nice. She does that every year. She spends 8 hours here on game day getting things ready. They are so kind here at Rensselaer Central High School. And I say, well, we'll go ahead and mention. Hey, that works good, don't it? So got that light out there. We'll go ahead and mention the band's performing on the surface right now. They sound good. As Larry mentioned, going to be homecoming tonight. Coach Meeks let us know that. We'll see the 20-minute half. We'll see. We'll make do with whatever. Yeah, I don't know whether they'll extend the half since they're performing here at the pregame, but sounding great. We've had, seen and listened to some great high school bands this year so far, and tonight's no exception. Absolutely. We'll talk about the home team. We'll talk about the home team on the scoreboard. That's the Rensselaer Central Bombers. Rensselaer Central Bombers, they have a school enrollment of 447. That is just 7 behind the 454 that the Blue
Blue Devils have in their school system, I should say in the high school level. And we'll mention Rensselaer Central is Class 2A, Sectional 33. They have 7 in their sectional. Right now, they stack up like this. At 4-0, it's the Wheeler Bearcats. At 3-1, Andrean Fighting 59ers. At 3-1, Lake Station, the Fighting Eagles. At 3-1, the Rensselaer Central Bombers. At 2-2, it's the Bremen Lions. At 2-2, it's the Whiting Oilers. And at 1-3, Boone Grove Wolves. And we'll mention they got some PA going. Well, hopefully you can hear above that. We'll see. And we'll mention the principal at Rensselaer Central High School is Ava Kasiba. Hope I pronounced that right. The athletic director is Kenneth Hickman. The athletic secretary is Katie Bilyeu. And the athletic trainers, there are 2. They are Robin Cook and Ashley Webb. Right now, the stadium here is called the Emory Harrison Athletic Complex. And as mentioned, they have natural grass. Rensselaer Central High School is located at 1106 East Grace Street, Rensselaer, Indiana, 47978. You can reach them by phone by dialing 219-866-5175. On the web, it's RensselaerCentral.com. You spell Rensselaer, RensselaerCentral.com. That's RensselaerCentral.com. They wear the collars red and black. They perform in the Hoosier Conference. There are 9 teams in the Hoosier Conference. Tonight, it's the small school division. There are 4 teams. Larry will talk more about the conference in the small division, but they are the Bombers, the Blue Devils, the Knights, and the Bison. Rensselaer Central, currently 3 wins, 1 loss on the season. We'll mention, offensively, they average, this is an average of 28.8 points per game. Defensively, they give up 15.5. The head coach is Chris Meeks. Chris Meeks, he's got a record of 198 wins, 113 losses. That's at Rensselaer Central. That's all of them. He's in his 27th year. He went to high school right here at Rensselaer Central High School, 1984 graduate. He went to college at St. Joseph. They did close up, but a good friend of mine said they opened back up for a nursing school. That's interesting. Rensselaer Central, their next game on the agenda next Friday, the 26th, will be Lafayette Central Catholic right here with Rensselaer Central. That'll be an 8 o'clock Eastern time start. Here's Larry with the Tipton Blue Devils.
Thanks, AJ. Talking about the Tipton Blue Devils, Tipton High School was founded in 1962, currently an enrollment of 454. They do battle in the Class 2A, sectional number 36. There's 8 teams involved there. Eastbrook Panthers are currently 4-0. 3-1 is Rochester Zebras. 3-1 Alexandria Tigers. 3-1 Eastern Comets. 2-2 Tipton Blue Devils. 2-2 Elwood Panthers. 0-4 Blackford Bruins, and 0-4 Wabash Apaches. Principal at Tipton High School is Mr. Craig Leach. Athletic Director Colin Quinn. An athletic trainer, Burke Emmert, doing a great job keeping all the players of all sports in shape. Tipton High School is located at 619 South Main Street, Tipton, Indiana, 46072. You can reach them at area code 765-675-7431, and also follow them at tiptonathletics.com. Colors are blue and white. They are in the Hoosier Conference Small School Division. Again, presently, Rensselaer Central at 3-1. Tipton Blue Devils 2-2. Lafayette Central Catholic 1-3. And Benton Central 0-4. Tonight's Hoosier Conference Division collision. Coaching are presently, the head coach, Aaron Toll, at Tipton. Currently 145 and 88 in his 21st year. He's a Tipton High School graduate in 1990 and an Indiana University graduate in 1995. Next up, Friday, September 26th, Tipton Blue Devils at the Heritage Patriots at 7 p.m. Offensively, Tipton is scoring at the clip of 29.5 points per game. Defensively, giving up almost that much at 24.5.
Hey, thanks, Larry. That's a pretty close matchup when you talk about the scoring. We'll see it both teams. See what the defense can do tonight.
Yeah, I think what you're going to see is, probably a little bit of a balanced attack, as Coach Stoll talked about from the Blue Devils. Going to try to run the ball, set up the pass, but probably an equal distribution as far as that goes. Rensselaer, they're going to run the ball. That's what they're good at. That's what they've always been good at. So you'll probably see them, pretty heavy, relying on the running game.
I know, Larry, we talked with Coach Toll. We talked about the grass here tonight. I tell you what, I couldn't talk any better. This grass is the best I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, it looks like a golf course, So obviously they keep it watered, and great grounds crew keeping it fertilized and mowed down and looking great. And I know you're a aficionado of the field striping, especially on grass fields, and it looks fantastic tonight. Got looks like black numerals outlined in white, big red outline in white R in the middle of the field, and looks like Bombers on one end and Rensselaer on the other end. Again, the red outlined in white, and still looking very, very sharp.
I tell you what, Larry, if I was just to make a reference, I'd say the only thing they need here is to put a new, fresh yellow coat on the goalposts.
Yeah, that's a little. The yellows are getting a little faded there, but I'm sure they can still see it, and that's all that's what's important.
Okay, Larry, let's go up here and let's talk about what happened last week. If you want to go ahead and mention last week.
Sure. If my eyes can read that. Conference final scores week 14, Friday, last week, September 12th. You've got Hamilton Heights. Danville Hamilton Heights lost that game 27-24. At Logansport was all over Benton Central 61-6. At Twin Lakes was victorious 52-3 versus Central Catholic. West Lafayette, they were winners at home 35-7 over this Rensselaer Central team. At Western 48, Tipton 7. One non-conference game took place. All 9 Hoosier Conference teams, 4 in the big school division, 1 in the small school division.
So that was last week. We'll talk about what's going to happen tonight. Hoosier Conference, game night, week 5, September 19th. 5 games on the schedule tonight. At 7 o'clock tonight, I think we're going to have the national anthem. We're going to set this down for the national anthem, going to be performed by Rensselaer Central Band. They are marvelous. We'll get a rendition of this outside. We'll walk back in here. I tell you what, that was nice. Looked like they had middle school choir singing. The band was right out there on the track. And we'll go ahead and mention Hoosier Conference game night tonight, week 5, September 19th. 7 o'clock start tonight. It's going to be 0-4 Benton Central, the Bison. In a non-conference game, they're a small school division. They'll be at the Frontier Falcons. They're 4-0. They're Class 1A, Section 42. They're from the Midwest Conference. And I got to mention Eric Harmon. Some people know of Eric Harmon. He used to coach the Frontier Falcons. He ran the table back when he was coaching. If you didn't know, Eric Harmon was also a 23-year Big Ten basketball official. He's pretty familiar with Gene Katie and Bob Knight. And Put Me in Sports captured an interview with Mr. Eric Harmon. Eric Harmon acquired cancer. That is a bad word. He acquired cancer. I asked him if he wanted to do an interview. He did an interview at the Central Catholic ball game. And I will mention that 90 days later, he went to be with the Lord. You want to call me, 317-946-2424. I'd be glad to email you that 12-minute interview with Mr. Harmon. It is good. We'll also mention Hamilton Heights tonight, 7 o'clock, big school division. They're 1-3. They are at the Western Panthers at 3-1. That's going to be a game there, Larry.
Yeah, after what we saw last week against Tipton, the Huskies better have their shin straps tightened because they're going to get the ball run at them right down the middle.
And also 7 o'clock tonight, Logansport at 4-0. They got a head coach. He's a first-year head coach, Troy Hudson. That's a big school division, and they're going to go against a big school division, Twin Lakes Indians. They're also 4-0. And Kevin O'Shea going to have his hands full tonight.
Yeah, both of those teams really putting a lot of points on the board so far this year. So, that'll be one to watch.
And we know 8 o'clock right here, Tipton Blue Devils, right here with the Rensselaer Central Bombers, small school division, a matchup tonight. 2-2 Tipton, 3-1 Rensselaer Central. And 7 o'clock, West Lafayette. They are 1-3. They got their first win last week via Rensselaer Central. But Rensselaer Central 3-1.
Yeah, that ought to be a good game as well.
So West Lafayette is going to be at Central Catholic. They're both 1-3. There's a battle of the Lafayette.
Yeah, and again, Central Catholic always plays a pretty strong, pre-league, if you will. So I'm sure they're a lot better than that 1-3 shows.
West Lafayette, Shane Fry has a state title under his belt, and so does Central Catholic. Brian Ney has a state title under his belt. And we're going to mention right now, we appreciate you listening. And we'll mention good evening and welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you to today's education-based Indiana High School Athletic Association varsity football game. Tonight's radio coverage is made possible through audiosportsonline.net. That's AXO. That's Rob Kendall. Rob Kendall from the Kendall and Kennedy Show. That's weekday mornings, 9 to noon on 93.1 FM. Or you can go to WIBC.com. I tell you what, Larry, we got a good game in front of us tonight. And I tell you what, I think it's going to be worth the travel.
Yeah, I sure will. And you earlier today, my wife's car with her, her inboard high-tech navigation system, and it brought me to places I'd never been before, AJ. I don't think it took me the way I thought it'd take, but we got here anyhow.
That sounds good. I tell you what, they got some good music. They got a blow-up jump around right there. That is huge. It says Bombers on it. I imagine the starters are going to run through it. And they're going to play some AC Delco. I mean AC/DC.
Yeah, AC Delco's still around these days, but
I tell you what, Angus Young, when he shakes his head, you wonder if he ever finished school. But his bank account has got to be huge.
I'm surprised he hasn't given himself brain damage as old as he is now, shaking his head like that. But it's on a great show, even to this day.
Yeah, they fill the bleachers. They fill Ruoff when they shows up there. So here come the starting lineups, and I think Larry's going to go ahead and mention offensively. Let's go starting lineup right there,
Sure. Yeah, starting at left tackle, number 71, Dyson Henderson, 6'3", 235-pound senior. Left guard is number 64, Tyler Kingman, 6'1", 190, only a freshman. Center, number 51, Parker Northcutt, 5'9", 215-pound junior. Right tackle, number 60, Eli Dixon, 5'10", 210 pounds, senior. Right tackle, number 78, Holden Day, 6 foot 300 pounds, a junior. Tight end, number 10, John Yale Lee, 6'2", 200 pounds, also a junior. Split end, number 1, Landon Mush, 6'3", 205, also a junior. Slot back, number 80, Rashad Claiborne, 6'2", 180, also a junior. And wing back, number 40, Logan Metzger, 5'11", 230 pounds. Number 12, they will lean on him heavily in the run game. Running back, number 32, Carter Ogborn, 5'10", 185, senior as well. And quarterback, number 15, Cohen Westfall, 6'1", 185, senior. So a all-senior backfield.
Okay, we'll go with what we know here, what we think we know. Blue Devils lineup. At the center position, he's a senior, 6'3", 210. That's Grayson Withrow. He wears number 57. Wearing number 64 at the left guard at 5'10", 230, Andrew Hawkins. At the left tackle, he's a senior, wears number 65, 6'4", 270, Jack Roche. Split in, team lineup as a wide receiver also. That's number 8. He's a junior, 6'3", 180, Dakota Garman. At the right side of the line at the guard position, he's a sophomore, wears number 59, 6'1", 190, that's Joe Vaughtaw. At the right tackle position, 6'1", 240. He's a junior, that's Nathan Hawkins. You'll also see him do the punching and most of the kicking than the play kicking. He wears number 54. And split out, he'll either be a tight end, a split end. You might see him lined up a yard off the line of scrimmage. Number 86, 6'2", 208, Sharon Aller. He's a sophomore. In the backfield, the quarterback for the Blue Devils, he's a sophomore, wears number 2, 6'1", 175. And his receivers, he'll throw to number 20, Isaiah Mahaney. You'll also see him in motion quite a bit. Isaiah Mahaney, he's a senior, 5'9", 160. We'll also mention 84, Zach Ridgway. He'll line up as a split end and a wide receiver. Zach Ridgway, 6'6", 200 pounds. Zach Ridgway is a senior. And the running backs by committee. See number 3, Slade Singer. He's a senior, 5'10", 165. Also, number 87, he's a senior. That's Chase Hussey, 5'10", 175. And you'll see number 33, Zane Durham. He's a sophomore, 6'1", 182. And the Blue Devils got the chance to call the toss. They elected to defer. Well, obviously, Rensselaer are going to take the football. They'll be kicked 2. They'll sit back in and receive.
Absolutely. Well, and you failed to mention number 2. That's Quinn Toll. His dad wouldn't be happy with us if we missed his name. I didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
Maybe I didn't. We'll have to check it. Let me know when you hear the replay. I thought I did, but that's okay. Quinn Toll is a humble young man.
What? Yeah, he is. Still learning the game at the high school quarterback level, but he does have the skill set and obviously the pedigree for it. So he'll get better and better every game. And I think they'll maybe change some offensive, maybe receiver plays to get him some, success early in the game and just build on that.
Let's talk about Quinn Toll for a moment. He's completed 45 passes on the season. He's thrown 69 passes, 62.4% completions. I should say 65%, 624 yards. Per pass reception, 13.9 yards. He throws 156 yards per game. That's in the passing department. And he's got 5 touchdown passes. There are 2 guys. Now, he's only got 1 interception, his longest pass play, 76 yards. That was to Dakota Garman. We'll also mention Quinn Toll, 48 carries on the season, 138 yards. He's got 3 touchdowns on the ground.
Yeah, he sure does. And like I said, he's not afraid to tuck the ball and run it or even call his own number down there, got close to the end zone. And he's a good athlete, so he can put some moves on people.
We need him to keep them fingers on the laces. When he tucks it away, he can pull it back out behind the line of scrimmage and hit a pass. Here comes the kickoff. Low line drive from Nathan Hawkins to be kicked up to the 20-yard line. On the return, Rensselaer Central, he get out to the 35. A flag comes in. Flag comes in on the return. And I believe on the return there was Luke Belden. Luke Belden has an average of about 25 yards on each return.
Looks like a sophomore Parker Capshaw on the tackle there, number 88 for the Blue Devils.
So it's a holding penalty on the opening kickoff on Rensselaer Central. And so they back it up 10 from where the flag lay. It's at the 35, so they'll take it back to the 25. Rensselaer Central will have it 1st and 10 from their own 25. They'll start at the right hash, Larry.
Yeah, again, it's going to be a little difficult to see reading their numbers here. Black on red with a white outline, and hopefully we can do a good job here through the binoculars.
We'll try to go by position. Larry's the best with those binoculars. So they're going to line up. Shotgun, 2 in the backfield. They'll hand off to the left fullback. You'll go left to right. They'll get across the 25. You might pick up 2. It'll be a 2-yard gain. It's going to bring up 2nd down, 8.
It looks like Will Walford as well as Zane Durham on the tackle for the Devils.
So ball spotted right there at the 27-yard line. They start with 2 in the backfield. Let's start with a quarterback in the backfield from the left side, usually number 32, Carter Ogborn. He's their big workhorse. We'll mention Logan Metzger. Metzger has 5 touchdowns on the ground, less carries than Ogborn. Ogborn has 4 touchdowns on the ground. They'll hand off right to left. They'll give this one. Metzger going to get a positive gain. Metzger going to get out to the 30-yard line. He's going to pick up 3. 3 on the return, on the run right there. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 5.
Looks like Jack Roach and on the tackle for the Devils.
So ball spotted just across the 30-yard line. 3rd down. They're calling it 5 on the board from the right hash. They'll line up in the shotgun. 3 backs in the backfield. They're going to run to the left side. They'll hand off. They'll go left side about 3 holes. Going to get a positive gain, but not enough for a 1st down. Ball carrier was Logan Metzger. He's going to be a couple of yards shy. And we'll see if the punting unit comes out. And we'll see what happens. The punter is Yalali, and he's going to back up in punt formation. So he's going to take a 13-yard drop to punt the ball. It's 4th and 2. Blue Devils, Dakota Garman back to receive. Good snap, good boot, good elevation. He bounced one time, and he's taking it on the bounce. Right there is Dakota Garman, and he'll be tackled immediately. And the Blue Devils are going to start at their own 25, so similar starting position.
Yeah, and Dakota's probably going to get talked to. Took a high bounce, and by the time it came into his hands, he had tacklers all over him. So he might want to think twice about doing that again.
Probably could have took that on the fly.
Yeah, but he didn't want to muff it, and he'd have to come up, 7 or 8 yards to do that. So he wisely let it hit the ground.
Blue Devils going to have it. There's the flag on the return. The illegal block in the back called against the Blue Devils, so they'll mark it off 10 like a holding call, same penalty. But the Blue Devils are going to start back on their own 16, 1st and 10.
Yeah, and, that was something that was a bugaboo for them last week at Western, the penalties, and not a good start.
The Blue Devils are going to send trips to the left, tight end right. Shotgun quarterback Quinn Toll, he'll hand off. No, take the hand off to go inside trap play or the pass play. Pretty good bubble screen right there. Catching the ball is none other than Dakota Garman.
Yeah, it looks like number 49, Caleb Crouch, freshman defensive back on the stop there for the Bombers.
So 7-yard pass play from Toll to Dakota Garman in the left flat. First play of the game. 2nd down, 3. They're calling it 2. About 2nd down, long 2 here for the Blue Devils from the left hash. They got a slot right side. Ridgeway, tight end left. They'll hand off. Single man to backfield. Chase Hussey. Hussey going to dive it forward. He will get enough, but just barely. Hussey, I tell you what, since that 2nd game or 3rd game when he hit 2nd half, he had a tremendous 2nd half. He's been gangbusters since.
Yeah, he's been working at it. So, again, had a nice lean there. So just enough, I think, to get the 1st down. Yeah. I think it was 32. 32, Carter Ogborn on the tackle for the Bombers.
I believe they have, Rensselaer Central has 8 starters going both ways. Shotgun, Quinn Toll, trips to the right. Single man backfield, Chase Hussey. Pass play, right side, to go bubble screen the other way. Caught again by Dakota Garman. He'll take it out near the 35-yard line. The Blue Devils will keep this drive alive. It's going to bring up 2nd down 3.
Landon Mosh on the tackle there from his outside linebacker position.
So they'll work that direction right there. 2nd down 3. Clock moving, first quarter, 8:35 here in the first. So Blue Devils' first drive, Blue Devils have already forced a punt from Rensselaer Central from the opening kickoff. Shotgun. Taking the snap right there, going to hand off. Chase Hussey, he's still loose. He's going to go up to the Rensselaer Central sideline. Nobody's going to catch him. Chase Hussey is in the end zone. Hussey going to return it 65 yards on the ground.
Yeah, well blocked there on the right side by Joe Vaughton and Nathan Hawkins. Little contribution from Jaron Aller as well. So, yeah, once he broke the line, he was gone.
Chase Hussey, senior class. Chase Hussey picks up his 2nd rushing touchdown on the season. So line up for the point after touchdown. Brogan Ferd, right-footed kicker. The holder is Quinn Toll. Calling for the snap. Wisco snaps low, puts it on the tee, puts it through the uprights anyway. The hold was good. The kick was even better.
Not a good snap, but Quinn really got it up and got it set. And I think, kicker just hesitated just a bit, just got it off, almost got it blocked. Well done by the holder and the kicker.
Well, there's got to mention, bringing this game to the listening ears is Jim Dandy Restaurant. Jim Dandy Restaurant, you can dine in or carry out. You can reach them by phone at 765-675-6199. They're located at 203 West Jefferson Street, Tipton, Indiana. They've got American comfort food. They have breakfast all day long, and they've been going since 1964. They've got good food, good friends, good times. And Larry, I got to mention this morning, I met a beautiful couple, George McCain and Judy McCain. They may be listening right now. They are quality people, and they frequent Jim Dandy. So good food, good friends, good times. Back in the Blue Devils, since the very beginning, they have Dairy Queen. Jim Dandy, the reason is they have Dairy Queen on the other side of town. That's Grill and Chill. They're located at 800 East Jefferson Street, Tipton. They're open at 11 a.m. to 9 p.m., and they offer dine-in, drive-through, and carry-out. And they also have outdoor seating. That is Jim Dandy, Dairy Queen in Tipton. So they kick the ball away. Again, it's going to be Nathan Hawkins. Hawkins backing up about 8 yards. Here comes the whistle. Here comes the approach. There's the boot. Low elevation. Be caught in the air at the 20-yard line. On the return, once again, is Landon Mush. And Mush is going to be stopped before he got to the 30-yard line. They're going to mark him near the 29. And Rensselaer Central will put the ball in play. 1st and 10. They'll spot it at the 30.
Yeah, brilliant overfield tackle there by Zane Durham for the Devils.
They'll call the huddle. Call the huddle right there. Chase Hussey, senior. I think he's been calling the huddle since he was a sophomore.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Got it nosed up right there to the 30-yard line. People line of scrimmage, Rensselaer Central Bombers. Line up with 2 in the backfield, along with the fullback right behind the right tackle. Shotgun quarterback. Taking the shotgun snap right on the hand off. They'll fake it left side. Give the ball to Carter Ogborn, and he'll pick up a gain of about 3, maybe 4. It's going to be close to 2nd and 6.
Chase Hussey again on the stop. He's having himself a nice game, both offensively and defensively so far in the game.
6. Cole Westfall. He's the quarterback, lines up at shotgun. He's a senior. 6'1", 185. Pretty good size young man for the quarterback position. He'll take a snap. They'll hand off right to left. Going to move the pile. This time it's Logan Metzger. And the Blue Devils trying to slow him up. They do that, and they're going to call timeout. Official blows the play dead across the way.
Well, that was big Jack Roach on that pile, so that's a lot of pile to move if you're a running back. So he was on there and kept him from getting any more yards than necessary.
So they move the clock again. 3rd down. 3rd down, 3. Ball's resting at the 37-yard line of Rensselaer Central. Shotgun, 2 in the backfield. Along with the fullback, they'll hand off left to right. slowing up and making a tackle right there. Blue Devils. The ball carrier was Osborne. Osborne just kind of slowed up.
Yeah, well, he saw Isaiah Mahaney coming on a rail there and decided he wanted to make a business decision before getting hit with a ton of force by Isaiah.
So the Blue Devils going to force a 3 and out. 4th down 2. They'll back up in punt formation. Again, that's John Yalalee. He gets a good boot there. The knuckleball. It's going to bounce at the Blue Devil 37. It's going to eventually go out of bounds. They're going to say it went out of bounds just across the 30. And Blue Devil's going to have good position there at the 30.
It took a pretty hard right-hand turn there as soon as it hit the ground, so be pretty decent field position for the Devils.
So Blue Devils on offense again. It's a 7-0 contest. Blue Devils scored on their first drive. Here in the first quarter, there's 6:34 left. Here in the first, Blue Devils in a huddle. Break huddle up to the line of scrimmage. Spotted at the 31. 1st and 10. Chase Hussey still in the backfield, along with quarterback Quinn Toll. Trips to the right. Here comes near motion. They'll fake the motion man, and they'll hand off to Hussey. He'll dive it forward, maybe pick up 1 on the carry.
It looks like Eli Dixon from a defensive tackle position on the stop for the Bombers.
So Chase Hussey getting a lot of carries so far. Chase Hussey, as mentioned, 17 carries on the season. He's averaging 6.4 per carry. His longest was 26 yards. It's now 65 yards.
Yeah, he was on his horse on that last one for sure.
Shotgun quarterback Quinn Toll, single man in the backfield. I believe this is Durham. Split left. They're going to give it no fake it to Durham. Rolling right. Pass play from Toll in the flat. Caught. He's got a first down just enough. And you look out there, and it was Jaron Aller. He grabs that out of the sky and gets extra yardage.
So far, it looks like the Blue Devils are doing what Coach said to do. Get some quick hitting type of passing plays. Maybe move Quinn out on a rollout and found his man there, his buddy Jaron Aller, and made a nice game.
So Blue Devils pick up a new set of downs. All's resting at the Blue Devil 42 from the right hash. Trips to the left. Single man in the backfield, Zane Durham. Shotgun quarterback takes a snap. Quinn Toll, he'll hand off to Durham. Durham runs forward. He'll get to the 45. He's going to pick up 3. It'll become 2nd down 7 for the Blue Devils.
Eli Dixon again from his defensive tackle position for the stop of the Bombers.
So he comes in from the sideline. Dustin Shear, Coach Shear calling the plays. Quinn Toll goes to the sideline, usually picks him up. They'll break huddle. Blue Devils to the line of scrimmage. Middle of the field. Left to right. It's right there at the 45 of Tipton. Shotgun. Quinn Toll. Zane Durham going to block. Pass play. Right side. Mahaney. Isaiah Mahaney still on his feet. They're going to say forward progress, and he was still on his feet there, Larry. I'm not sure about that.
Well, through the binoculars here, it didn't appear that his knee hit, as far as I could tell. Not at all.
Isaiah Mahaney, he's a senior. I remember when he was a sophomore. I tell you what, he started out as a freshman. He made a good difference for the Blue Devils as a freshman.
Yeah, he had a little injury there. I think, beginning of his junior year or maybe his sophomore year that didn't allow him to play much, but he's performing well now.
So Blue Devils going to line up. They're going to flood receivers left side. Going to pitch it left. They got blocking out in front of Zane Durham. He's going to break the hole. He'll get out across the 40. Now in Bomber territory. They'll mark him about 39. 1st down Tipton.
Yeah, Luke Belton on the touchdown saving tackle there for the Bombers.
That's pretty much student body left.
They gave a nice pass there for Mr. Durham, and he took advantage of it.
So 1st and 10 once again for the Blue Devils. Ball at the left hash. Blue Devils are going away from the scoreboard. They're going to the north. 3:38, clock moving. 7-0 contest. Blue Devils in front. Shotgun. Quinn Toll going to drop the throw. Going to look right. He'll pass it. Pass is caught. Caught by Springer. Slade Springer. Slade Springer's making his first reception of the season.
That's surprising because he's usually somebody they look for quite a bit. That was Logan Metzger on the tackle for the Bombers.
Tipton picks up 3 on the pass play from Quinn Toll. Slade Springer. Ball's resting at the 36-yard line. Bomber territory. Second down, 7. 3 minutes, clock moving here in the first quarter. Blue Devils looking to go up 2 scores. Going to work from the shotgun. Single man in the backfield. They'll get the handoff at Springer. Springer's going to get bottled up, but they'll give him about a half-yard gain. It's going to be 3rd down and 7.
Yeah, not much there. Dyson Henderson on the tackle, a senior for the Bombers.
Slade Springer on the season, he's averaging 6 yards per carry. He's got 4 touchdowns on the ground. That's Slade Springer. At 10, 165 for the senior class. So for 36-yard line, Blue Devils have it, 3rd and 7. They got slot left. In the slot, Dakota Gorman. Drop, throw out a shotgun. Looking right side, pass is caught. He'll stay in the field of play. And a nice grab right there. That was Ridgeway pulling it in.
Yeah, and he's spreading the ball amongst quite a few receivers here. Mahaney and, who hasn't gotten one tonight? I don't know. I know that Allers got one. Has Dakota gotten one yet? I'm not sure.
So, yeah, we'll work right there. Now, Dakota worked a bubble screen both sides early in the game. We'll mention right there, Zach Ridgeway picks up catch number 6 on the season. He's averaging 22 yards per catch. 40 is his long. Shotgun. Taking the shotgun snap. Quintoll. He'll hand off and go left side 3-hole. The ball carrier right here again with Slade Springer. He'll take it to the red zone. They're at the 20-yard line. 2nd down, 7.
Yeah, Landon Mush on the tackle for the Bombers from his outside linebacker position.
The ball's in the red zone. Right there. We don't want to take a quarterback sack. We don't want a penalty. And definitely don't want to turn the ball over. So they'll work the shotgun. Quintoll to his right. Single man in the backfield. Slade Springer. Dropping the throw. 2 steps. Right side pass. Back is caught. Defenders for the interception. Comes up empty. You come up empty at the danger zone. Dakota?
Yeah, that was Dakota. And, again, just outside of their reach. But, when he let the ball loose, I thought, ooh, want to watch out here. But it was just a little high, but not too high for Dakota, that's for sure.
In the red zone, you go for the interception. You roll the dice, and they rolled it.
Yeah, well, I think they figured, better still now, and it didn't work out for him.
Or Dakota Norman picks up his 4th receiving touchdown. Another weird snap there, but Wayne Cole gets a hold on it, and they put it through the uprights with Brogan third.
Now, again, and people don't give Quinn enough credit for his hands. He's a very sure-handed guy, basketball player, and, used to play a little baseball. Don't know if he does anymore, but he does a nice job back there holding the ball.
The Blue Devils take a 14-0 advantage here in the first quarter. 1:23 left here in the first. We'll mention this game is in part being brought to you by Lucky Strike Lanes. Lucky Strike Lanes, that's in Elwood, Indiana. If you like creating memories, that's the place to be. Family-friendly bowling. State-of-the-art Redemption Arcade. Good food and drinks. You can find that at Sally's at the Alley. That's right there inside Lucky Strike. They have open lanes with Cosmic Bowling every Saturday night, 7 to 11 p.m. Lucky Strike Lanes. They're just west of the Pizza King on Anderson Street. That's right there in Elwood, Indiana. Lucky Strike. So the Blue Devils going to kick off again. And Nathan Hawkins going to tee it up right there. Here comes the Rensselaer Bombers.
Well, I tell you, one thing I just think is really cool here, they've got red lights shining up from about 20 feet up on their lights, and really looks neat.
It does. And I tell you what, before the game, they were flashing the lights. Did you see that?
Yeah.
The lights up above, they were doing that on purpose. That's amazing. So Blue Devils going to kick the ball away. About 7 yards deep this time is Nathan Hawkins. There's the whistle. Here comes the approach. There's the boot. Higher elevation, better kick. It'll be taken at about the 13 by the Bombers. They'll take it up the Blue Devil sideline, trying to get there. Flag on the play. Flag comes in during the run back. He'll take it out near the 30-yard line. We'll see what the flag represents. But So usually a flag like that going to be against the returning team.
I think, yeah, it's a hold. But, Parker Capshaw, again, getting down there early, showing his speed to slow him up, and then, got away from him. And I think that was who the heck was that? I believe that was Joe Vaughtaw, Joe Vaughtaw on the tackle for the Devils.
So Larry's right. It's a holding penalty. They'll mark it off from the 26. So they'll take it back. They're going to spot it at about the 18-yard line. 1st and 10, Bombers. Just inside, right there at the right hash. They'll go shotgun. Shotgun quarterback, Cohen Westfall. He'll take the snap. He'll hand off the left running back. Right side. Blue Devils going to hit him out of bounds. They're going to throw a flag there, Larry. I think that's going to be for a late hit out of bounds, but I don't think so.
I don't know. I mean, he was swinging him around, so I'm not sure. We'll see what happens. That was that was Chase Hussey on the stop there.
They're going to call a face mask, and it's a personal foul face mask. 2 guys threw the flags, and they were simultaneous.
I didn't see a really hard, I saw more of a kind of brushing, but he certainly didn't grab it and rip the guy's head around, but saw something I didn't, I guess.
So they'll mark off 15. They'll get a first down by yardage. It's not an automatic. So they bring the ball back out to the 37. From the right hash, Bombers have it 1st and 10 from their own 37. The lineup, clock moving, 1:08 here in the first quarter. Shotgun, Owen Westfall, 2 in the backfield. Plus the fullback, working the right side. You go up the middle. Westfall's got some wheels. He'll take it across midfield to get a first down and more. And Westfall going to get a good carry.
Yeah, he had a wing back in the backfield right in front of him and did a nice fake and had 2 leading blockers. So, that was Zach.
Before that play, that run by Westfall, he had 7 his longest run. He just got 15 on that one. The ball moves to the 48 of Tipton. 39 seconds left. Going to run it right side. And it inside the 45, near the 44. Never went to the surface, but forward progress was halted. The running back there was 32, Carter Ogborn.
Yeah, and looked like Chase Hussey again led the way for the Blue Devils with a couple of his buddies pushing him back.
So let's spot it at the 44. Pick up 4. It's 2nd down 6. Probably the last play of the quarter. 12 seconds. At the line of scrimmage, the Bombers. Shotgun, Cohen, Westfall. He'll hand off. Right running back. That's Metzger. Metzger going to go left side. He'll take it to about the 41, and that's going to empty out the first quarter. When we come back to live action, it's going to be 3rd and about 3. And the Bombers will have it at the Tipton 41-yard line.
Well, it looks like Coach has got something figured out here. So he's got a lead back, kind of only about a yard and a half off the ball, leading those plays, and then kind of some misdirection, faking, holding on to it, and almost a triple option look to it, and making some yards now.
So they're getting ready. They're in the huddles opposite sidelines. We'll also mention tonight's ball game is in part being brought to you by Rutledge. It's Rutledge Well Drilling and Pump Service Incorporated. When you think of water, think of Rutledge Well Drilling. Pumps, sales, service, water conditioning, water softeners, iron filters, and trenching. You can call Rutledge Well Drilling and Pump Service. Call them at 765-292-2315. Again, that's 765-292-2315. Or visit them on their website, rutledgewelldrilling.com. They're just west of Atlanta, 296th Street, about 2 miles off of State Road 19. They are licensed, insured, honest, dependable, and always professional. Mike, Nathan, and Levi Rutledge, and Mike is still the main drip. So to the line of scrimmage. Ball's at the 41. Tipton territory, 3rd down, 2. 2nd quarter, 12 minutes on the clock. Shotgun. Cohen, Westfall. He'll hand off right running back. Pretty good defense right there. Held him up at the 40-yard line. Pretty good D.
I tell you, that was Chase Hussey with a beautiful form tackle, just like you coach it up, hit him about the waist, wrapped his arms around both legs and drove him back and dumped him, and you can't do it much better than that.
Didn't quite get the number, but I think it was number 10, John He's the punter, and he's the up back behind the tackle. They have actually 4 in the backfield. They've got to have a 7-man line. Those 4 in the backfield are a tight bunch. Shotgun, Cohen Westfall. He'll take the snap, handoff, left to right. On the run right there, Carter Ogborn, 32. He'll get a positive gain. He'll pick up necessary yardage.
Hussey and Springer on the tackle there for the Devils, but yeah, he got outside a nice field block on that edge and picked up the first down.
So Bombers take the ball just inside the 35-yard line, Tipton territory. They line it up at the right hash. Clock moving 11-12. Play clock is at 20. Play just now entering the huddle. We'll also mention Cohen Westfall also goes to the sideline, picks up the play off of Coach Meeks. So shotgun formation. Single man in the backfield this time. Motion away. Jet sweep. Nope. They're going to hand off in the middle there. They'll go left side about the 1 hole. They'll get to the 30. The ball carrier is Carter Ogborn, number 32.
Well, Walford and Hussey on this top there for the Blue Devils, but it looks like Coach Meeks has got something figured out here with a little misdirection there on the inside with the lead blocker out of the backfield.
So picks up 5 on that carry. That was Ogborn. Ball moves to the 30-yard line of Tipton. It's 2nd down 5. Rensselaer Central to the line of scrimmage. They'll line up in a slot, left side. They're going to a single man in the backfield last couple of plays. Shotgun. They're going to hand off. Single man in the backfield. They go left to right. Again, they say it's Ogborn. Carter Ogborn. He's the main cog. He's the guy that gets the most carries for the Rensselaer Central offense.
And that looks like Zane Durham on the stop there. But, yeah, getting some significant holes up front are the Bombers.
So they're going to say he picks up about 5, but he's about half a yard short of the first. I don't know if that looks close enough to Major, Larry. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it looks that way to me.
So I think the center pushed that ball a little bit forward, so they got a first down when he came to put his hand on the ball. Again, so inside handoff, first down this time. Ball carrier number 1, Landon Mush. First down, Bombers. They're going to set the ball at the Tipton 18-yard line.
Yeah, Durham and Hussey on the stop there for the Devils. But, yeah, they're making, like I said, getting some good holes up front there.
So just inside the 20. In the red zone once again. And they break huddle. 16 seconds on the play clock. Slot left. Single man in the backfield along with quarterback Cohen Westfall. You call the cadence. They got a wing right. Hand off, roll around. You're going to get the football. They go right to left. They're trying to break contain. He will. He'll get near the pylon, and they're going to say he stepped out at the 2-yard line, right about the 2. And a pretty good carry right there. I think it was Landon Mush.
That looked like Zach Emberton and Dakota Garman on the stop there, pushing out down to the 2, but Devils are going to have to tighten up here.
He's got some wheels. Landon Mush on the ground. He averages 15.8 per carry. 56 is long. He's got 2 touchdowns on the ground. He's got 1 in the air. So shot Westfall calling the cadence. Single man in the backfield. He'll take the snap. He'll hand off left to right. Single man in the backfield. Ogborn. Ogborn is in the end zone. He'll go left to right, and there goes the lights flickering, Larry.
Yeah. He pretty much walked in on that one. Again, that right side of the line doing a pretty good job now, open up holes on the Devils front 4.
Well, they pick up the touchdown. For the moment, it's 14-6. But I tell you what, I hope these lights come back on after this demonstration.
Absolutely, yeah.
So they're going to spot it right there. Place kicker is going to be number 10, John Galilee. Nice boot through the uprights, and that had plenty of distance.
He kicked the you-know-what out of that one. Almost got it over the fence back there.
So it's a 14-7 contest. 9:05 left here in the second quarter. Blue Devils in front. Blue Devils are going to receive, and we'll also mention tonight's ball game being brought to you by Ranger Roofing and Exteriors. Is your roof ready for game day? At Ranger Roofing and Exteriors, they know the best offense is a strong defense. starting with your roof. From repairs to full replacements, sidings to gutters, they've got your home covered, literally. That's Ranger Roofing and Exteriors. They are locally owned by Jordan Beck. Jordan Beck and his team plays hard, works harder, and doesn't stop until the job is done right. Mention this ad and score $500 off a new roof install. That's Ranger Roofing and Exteriors, protecting your first line of defense. You can reach them by phone, 317-361-7858. That's 317-361-7858. Or RangerRoofingExteriors.com to schedule your free estimate. It's Ranger Roofing. So look at the spotter right there, middle of the field. We're going to see the place kicker. And place kicker again is number 10, John Galilee. He averages 49.7, so basically he kicks it to the 10, but he does have one touchback on the season. Here comes the boot from Galilee. Line drive rope. It's going to bounce once, going to go in the end zone. It should be another touchback. Isaiah Mahaney getting out of the way of that one.
Now, that one was coming in hot, and he barely got out of the way before that, hit him, but has some nice dance moves.
That was a boot. He got a strong leg.
Yeah, he surely does that.
He's the kicker. And he'll play fullback right behind the tackle on offense. So they line up 20-yard line on the touchback. Blue Devils take over. 1st and 10. Clock stopped at 9:05 for change of possession. Shotgun quarterback Quintoll in the backfield with him. Single back is Chase Hussey. They got a slot left and a stacked right side. 4 receivers. Snap, going to work left side. Double screen, left side. Up the sideline, he's going to step out of bounds. Isaiah Mahaney makes the grab. He's going to pick up about 5, maybe 6.
It looks like only about a couple, it looks like now. Yeah.
I was guessing because I want to get you the opportunity.
Yeah, you don't mess up much, AJ. I got to be on my game to catch you.
Right, yeah. But anyway, here we go. You're right. Gain of 2 for Mahaney on the double screen left side. So 2nd down 8. Shotgun. You line up in a slot left and slot right. Ball's at the left hash. Single man in the backfield. He'll get the handoff. Chase Hussey. He'll go left side, 3 holes. He'll take it out near the 25. They're going to spot him about the 24. And the Blue Devils going to have it. 3rd and 6.
Running hard on that one. Carter Ogden on the tackle for the Bombers.
The ball is nosed up to the 25. 3rd and 6 on the board. I think closer to 3rd and 5. They've got pretty good crown on this field. We can't really see the bottom of the chains over there, so you kind of got to guess for that.
Yeah, it's got a pretty significant crown on it.
So they'll line up. That's for the rain. That's the rain just falls off the field. Beautiful grass. Rolling right. Quintoll, he'll let the pass go. Caught right there. Dakota Garman. Garman picks up a 1st down. He takes it out to the 40. Blue Devils, a nice pass play from Quintoll.
A nice rollout, well-designed play, and looked like Chris Crouch on the tackle, senior, running our defensive back for the Bombers.
So ball is nosed up to the Blue Devils 40-yard line at the right hash. A new set of downs for the Blue Devils. 7:58 left here in the 2nd quarter. Blue Devils in front, 14-7 over the Bombers. Shotgun quarterback Quintoll. Chase Hussey going to drop the throw. Couple steps, looking left. He'll step up in the pocket. He'll tuck it away. He'll get a positive gain. He'll pick up about 3. He'll keep his feet moving, and he'll end up picking up about 4.5 with the determination. That's Quintoll.
I'll tell you what, Kent, as I mentioned earlier, Quinn's a very good athlete, but sometimes he's got to know when to get down and live another down. He took a shot on that one.
Last week, he slid. Remember that slide? It was beautiful. For a sophomore, that was a great slide to give himself up.
I tell you, you get an athlete at quarterback like that, he's going to want to try to get more yards, but he'll learn that one, and hopefully not the hard way.
So ball spotted, 44-yard line Tipton. They're going to stop play. Going to be a timeout, I believe so. Timeout, Bombers. Bombers are going to take a breather. They want to get their guys rested.
Yeah, and I think, maybe, Coach Stoll and Coach Shear want to make sure Quinn's 100% there because, like I said, he took a shot. He kind of came up a little gingerly, still not walking in his normal steps. So I'm sure he'll be fine, but he took a shot.
Absolutely. We'll mention this game is also in part being brought to you by Noblesville Trophies. Noblesville Trophies, you can shop them online at noblesvilletrophies.com or stop in, if only to browse around. They're located at 1740 South 10th Street, Noblesville, Indiana. They've got trophies, awards, plaques, and much, much more. They have fast turnaround. Prices are low. Prices are so low you may want to be a repeat customer. That's Noblesville Trophies, 1740 South 10th Street, Noblesville, Indiana. They're open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. You can reach them by dialing 317-773-7391. There's the whistle, play clock starts. You can line up trips to the left, Blue Devils. Split out wide right. Shotgun quarterback takes the snap, Quintola. Works the bubble screen, left side, Isaiah Mahaney's got a first down. He's got much more than a first down. He'll go up the Rensselaer Central sideline. He'll be tackled out of bounds. They'll spot him near the Rensselaer Central 40-yard line.
Again, this game plan by, Coach Shear over there, offensive coordinator. It's working well for the Devils so far.
So Blue Devils first and 10 from the Bombers' 40-yard line, 6:53. Mahaney got out of bounds, stopped the clock. Tripp's going to line up the right side. Wide right is Ridgeway, Dakota Garman, and Isaiah Mahaney dropping to throw out a shotgun. Down the middle, pass play, right on the money. Caught by Dakota Garman. He'll go in for the score. Touchdown, 40-yard pass play from Quinn Toll to Dakota Garman.
And that's the beauty of that short passing game, they're giving up, and all of a sudden you go over to the top and you get a big play like that.
The Blue Devils, another score. For the moment, it's 20 to 7. Devils in front, 6:44 left. This would be the point after. It'd be one untimed down. Again, the hold is Quinn Toll. Quinn Toll doing a good job holding here in the first half. There's a snap. It's a good snap. There's the boot. And it's through the uprights, I believe. So, no, it's going to go wide right. So, not sure what happened. The Blue Devils kind of leaving the door open a little bit.
Again, I think Coach Shear is just calling an incredible game tonight, kind of looking like his days back on that high school just south of Tipton on State Road 19 where he starred and went on to play at the University of Wisconsin. So he's dialing up a good game so far.
We'll also mention this game is in part being brought to you by Fritz. FritzandFishers.com. Since 1983, they are celebrating 42 years in the car business. He's a gentleman and a scholar. Enjoy Mr. Fritz. You can visit them online. Again, that's FritzandFishers.com. They have great cars, great prices, great customers. You can reach them by dialing 317-842-2228. That'll ring into their dealership in Fishers, Indiana. They have two Hamilton County locations. The other dealerships there, Noblesville, 2400 Westfield Road, Noblesville, Indiana, right there between Noblesville and Westfield. You can dial them there at 317-773-2232. And again, that's FritzandFishers.com. You can explore their quality used car inventory. Visit them online or on site. FritzandFishers.com, FRITZ. So 6:44 left. Blue Devils to kick. They'll kick from the north to the south. Again, Nathan Hawkins, 7 yards deep, soccer style. Not much. Here comes the approach. High revolution, end under end. Going to try to catch it on the fly. Dropped it, picked it back up. Get to the 25. The Blue Devils cover well. So the Blue Devils going to cover that kickoff. And they dropped the kick and had to pick it back up. By that time, Blue Devils were in pursuit.
It looked like Will Wolford and Chase Hussey on the stop for the Devils.
So Bombers take over. 6:39 left here in the second quarter. They move the football to the 26. First and 10. Bombers. So that's kind of warm up here. So effective. 6:39. So to the line of scrimmage, you're going to line up in the slot left. Slot left, single man in the backfield, along with Towan Westfall. He'll call the Cajuns. Take a snap, left-handed toss in the flat, left side, and right there on him in a hurry. Catch is made, but probably about the whole team for the Blue Devils got there in a hurry. And I will mention that catch was made by number 1, Landon Mush. He is their leading receiver.
Zach Emberton coming up, had that red all the way.
So Zach Mush, where's number 1? He's a junior. He's 6'3", 205 on the season, I should say. He entered this ballgame with 7 receptions, 17-yard catch. He picks up 1, and it's going to be second and 9 from the left hash. So line up again. Slot left, single man in the backfield, tight end right. Going to hand off first guy through. He'll break contain right side. He's off the races. He's going to have more than a first down here working into Blue Devil territory. He may be tackled out of bounds near the 45. And I will hope he's okay. He's going to be slow to get up. They're going to stop play right now. They're going to attend him.
Isaiah Mahaney on the force out there, but again, that pass play before kind of set that up, a little pass fake there, and got it inside, and he took it outside and got a good game. But yeah, that was definitely, you saw the coaches thinking there, we'll pass it, and then we'll act like we're running the same type of play and do what we like to do, and that's run the football.
That was Carter Osborne on the carry. He's the favor of that left arm. Trainer's going to check on him. I believe he'll be back. From what I've witnessed, he's on the bench right now. They're checking him out. So 20-7 contest, 5:27 left here in the second quarter. Ball's at the Blue Devil 48-yard line. They're going to hand off this time. Go left side. They break contain. Ball in arm. Maybe pushed out of bounds. The ball carrier there was number 1, Landon Mush. Landon Mush, his longest run from scrimmage. 56 yards.
I tell you what, I got to give credit to Logan Metzger. Lead blocking on there was just a road plow there, leading the way, and you love to see, helping his fellow back to get more yardage.
Blue Devils call timeout. 5:14 left here in the second. We'll mention this game is also in part being brought to you by Bubbles and Bark Spa. Bubbles and Bark Spa, they're brand new. They opened their doors on July the 7th this year. If you love your dog, Bubbles and Bark Spa will love your dog too. You can find him on Facebook at Bubbles in Bark Spa. It's Bubbles and Bark Spa. They're located in Sharpsville. They are on the east side of 31, pretty close to where 931 takes you to Kokomo, or you can go the bypass. Straight west of there, that's where you'll find them at 3660 West 500 South. You can reach them by phone at 765-415-2476. Or on the email, you can find them at BubblesInBarkSpa@yahoo.com. That's Katie. Katie Waite. She'll do you a good job. Bubbles and Bark Spa. She's a 10-year member from 4-H. That speaks volumes about anyone. Let's line up. Play clock begins. 1st and 10, Bombers. Ball resting at the 32-yard line of Tipton. Motion away. Handoff right there to go forward to get to the 30. Be a gain of 2. And they'll get one again. That was Westfall. Westfall took the run.
Once again, Chase Hussey having a big night defensively at the tackle.
So Westfall going to get the play from Coach Meeks Smoke. Coach Meeks talking him up. You can tell he's coaching him up right there. Coach Meeks, 27 years. That's a long time. He's learned a lot.
Yeah, he's showing it right now. He's making a lot of adjustments there. There was nothing going on there for a while, and now they're kind of churning up yardage.
They spread their offense out. 21-7 contest. Slot left from the right hash. Motion away. They're going to hand off. At the middle, he'll spin out of a would-be tackle. He'll move the pile. And Logan Metzger at 5'11", 230, he was moving.
Yeah, he drug Slade Springer for a little ride there. But he's, like I said, he's a strong running back. And 220-pound guy that runs hard. It's hard to bring down.
So ball spotted at 27-yard line. From the right hash, play clock at 20. They'll break huddle. Bombers to the line of scrimmage. 3:57, clock moving, second quarter. Shotgun quarterback, Cohen Westfall. Metzger in the backfield. He'll get the handoff again. He'll go right side, pick up a block. He'll break contain. He'll get a couple yards after he broke contain, and he'll get to near the 21-yard line, and they'll move the chains to 1st and 10 Bombers.
Chase Hussey again on the tackle, but they've got something figured out there that they like to run against, and they're just, like I said, chewing up some yardage now.
So 1st and 10 Bombers from the Blue Devil 21. Ball's now resting at the right hash. 3:30 left here before halftime. Slot left. Single man backfield along with Cohen Westfall is Logan Metzger. Working left side, ball came loose. Ball's loose, and the Blue Devils look like they think they have it.
Let's see who's got it. Take a guess. Chase Hussey on the recovery.
He's a magnet.
Yeah, he sure is. Well, Cole Hussey, his older brother, was a heck of a football player too. I had the opportunity to coach them both, and they're cut out of the same cloth. They're 100% football players.
Absolutely. So the Blue Devils dodge a bullet, come up with the first turnover in the ballgame.
Yeah, they sure do, and that was a timely one because, like I said, there was no penetration happening for the Blue Devils on defense.
So the ball spotted at the 23-yard line of Tipton. Ball's in the middle of the field. Blue Devils just recover a fumble, and they'll put the ball in play 1st and 10. They're going to line up with trips to the right side. They're going to double slide. They'll go deep motion with Dakota Garman. Pass play. Might have been a backwards pass, but caught by Dakota. He'll get across the 25, and that might be they're going to make 26-yard line. But he's going to pick up maybe 3.
Yeah, couldn't really see who pushed him out there. Might have been Metzger again, but good little pickup on 1st down, and we'll see what kind of information they come up with this time.
So he picks up 3 on the pass play. Second down 7. Strips to the right. Mahaney is in the slot, working left side. Pass play. High pass, couldn't bring it in. Pretty tall right there. Defense was good, and they tried to find Dakota again.
And that little end around motion. Watch for that thing we saw last week in Western. Not going to give it away, but Dakota does say Dakota Garman can throw the football as well.
He did throw one. He's a lefty. Just like Cohen Westfall. Going to line up in a slot, right side in the slot. Dakota Garman split out wide right is Ridgway. Zach Ridgway. Dropping to throw out a shotgun. Looking right. Pass play. Going to find him. It's Dakota Garman. They got to keep him going out of bounds. Get a couple of extra yards. He put the stops on right there at the boundary.
Yeah, and Quinn put a little something on that one. So that one that he threw to Carter the last time that barely got over the hands, he wanted to make sure that one got there in a hurry.
Garman picks up the catch. Garman enters this game 15.4 per reception. And that's via Quinn Toll. 2:57. Clock stop. Dakota went out of bounds. Forward. 40-yard line. 1st and 10. Blue Devils, their own 40. Zane Durham in the backfield. Dropping to throw out a shotgun. Pass play. Set down route is good. And that's Zach Ridgway. Ridgway going to get some yards after the catch. They'll get his forward progress to the 47. And he's going to pick up 7. It'll be 2nd down and 3.
They popped there pretty good by Cale Stokes on the sophomore on the cornerback position on the tackle.
So the Blue Devils going with no huddle. No huddle on this play. Tempo. 2nd down. Dropping to throw out a shotgun. Quinto looking left. Going to roll right looking. He's going to throw it away. Live for another down. He'll throw it away, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 3.
Yeah, smart play by Quinn. Not too many buddy wide open, so he just tried to buy some time, see if somebody come back to it, but couldn't find anybody.
Tell you what, if Quinn watches the games on Sunday, you'll see quite a bit of that.
Yeah, absolutely. It's sometimes the best play you can make.
Blue Devils to the line of scrimmage, 46-yard line of Tipton from the right hash. Ridgeway, wide right, tight end blocking. Jaron Aller, right side, pass play caught. They're getting the net for a first down. They're going to back him up. They're not going to get him in the best spot that he should have got, but they're still going to earn a first down, but just barely.
Yeah, he got about another yard from what I could tell there, but enough for the first down. I think all the Blue Devils will take that.
The ball is nosed up to the 50-yard line at the left hash. 2:10 clock moving, slot right. In the slot is Mahane. He's dropping to throw out a shotgun. Quintola across the middle, pass play caught. Nice grab by Dakota Garman, another first down. They needed 10. He got 20 on the reception.
Nice sliding catch, a little low ball there, and he made a nice play, kept it off the grass.
That was pretty. So 1:56 clock moving. Blue Devils have the ball at the Bombers' 30-yard line, 1st and 10. Split out wide left, trips to the right. Take him in the backfield, Chase Hussey. Shotgun. Thinking he'll hand off to Hussey. He'll go left to right. He'll go 6-hole. 2 flags come in. They're probably representing the same penalty, and the Blue Devils might have got caught there.
Yeah, Logan Metzger on the stop there, but usually when you call that behind the ball, it's usually a hold.
That's the signal. Blue Devils are going to back up 10. They'll have first down over, but it'll be 1st and 20. With 1:39 left, and they'll roll the clock here in just a moment once they get this ball spotted. So they'll take it back to the 39-yard line. And they might only marked off 9.
Yeah, well, I'm not sure, but as an old offensive lineman, I say 10 is too much on the hold. Don't you think, AJ?
Absolutely. So 1:37, clock moving. Slot right, Cody Garman in the slot. Slot left, Mahaney in the slot. Shotgun. Chase Hussey going to go for a route now for blocking chip block. He'll work at left side, getting out of bounds. That was Quintola. Quintola couldn't find anybody. He got positive yardage. It's going to be 2nd and about 9.
Yeah, a little bit more now. It looks like about 2nd and what do we got here? Maybe.
I'll clean that up, but I'm trying to get you the microphone.
Okay. All right. Well, I was going to correct you again. I know it's a hazard for me to do that. I know that. So
I used to watch Dukes of Hazzard all the time.
Okay. Well, it looks like we got about 21 to go for a first down.
So here we go. Down, they're calling 20 on the board. Shotgun. Quintola, Chase Hussey out. Dropping to throw a couple steps. Chase Hussey on the backfield, right side. He'll put a zig and a zag, and he'll get positive yardage after the first contact, and he'll get near the 30-yard line, maybe at the 31. Blue Devils are going to go tempo again. They're going to run, actually give me a timeout. Blue Devils call timeout. I believe it's their 2nd of the first half. 1:10 left.
It looks like Lyndon Rush and Phil Stokes on tackle there combined, but, going to have to watch that because somebody would look like they were a little headhunting, and you can't do that anymore.
I will also mention tonight's ball game is in part being brought to you by Camino and Company. They're in downtown Noblesville, right there at Lagden. Lagden, right in the door, right there. Camino and Company. At Camino and Company, they are a mobile flower shop brought to you by local flower farmers and providers, small business partners, and the Camino and Company founders. Their mascot is a 1984 El Camino SS. And El Camino belongs to V.E. Witham. V.E. Witham is the grandpa of Carly Witham Elbrett. Carly Witham is the owner of Camino and Company. And their goal at Camino and Company is to please each customer from their concept to the Camino and Company completion. You can explore their website at camino-and-company.com. So Blue Devils to the line of scrimmage. 3rd down, they're calling it 11 on the board. Wide right is Dakota Garman. Trips to the left, looking left, back right, out of the backfield. They'll catch it. It's going to be caught by Chase Hussey. I said they, but is nearly intercepted. Chase Hussey came down with the football at 5'10", and he's a strong-arm young man.
Yeah, he is, and like you said, he almost picked off, and, Chase went and got it and picked up a decent amount, but they'll be 4th and about 7, so going to go for it.
So just inside the 30, marked right there at the 27-yard line. Shotgun, team snap, looking left, Quintola, you roll back right. Quinn Toll going to tuck it away, get what he can, and he didn't know where the sticks were at. And the Blue Devils are going to turn the ball over on downs with 57.2 left.
Yeah, and again, Quinn was on a nice run there, but I think he's been told, let's not try to run over defensive backs, if you would, please, sir. And so he got out of bounds just about 3 yards short.
So the Blue Devils are going to play defense. They take some time off the clock. 57.2 left here in the second quarter. 20-7, Blue Devils in front. We're at Rensselaer High School, Rensselaer Central. As mentioned, Rensselaer Central back in 2014 ran the table 15-0, perfect season, defeated Evansville Mater Dei in the final game, Class 2A. So they're going to line up. They're going to stop the play, actually. Officials are going to stop the play, and I think the Tipton Blue Devils wants to talk this over. Might as well. You got one in your back pocket. Might as well use it.
How much time do we have left? 7 seconds? Okay, yeah, they're probably going to, probably back up and play a little center field here just to make sure, keep everything in front of them.
A little bit of they call that prevent, but that's a bad word sometimes. But anyway, we'll mention this game is also in part being brought to you by Discount Copies. Discount Copies make it so convenient for Put Me in Sports. We are thankful. Discount Copies, they're located at the west edge of Noblesville, Indiana at 46062. They're just behind Pizza Hut and next to Bowl 32. That's right there along State Road 32. At Discount Copies, they provide setup services where you can turn your artwork into things such as note cards, notepads, and calendars. And it's never too early to think about personalized Christmas cards. And if you're planning a wedding, they can print all of your necessary needs. Call them at 317-773-8783. Discount Copies. That's Discount Copies 96@gmail.com. So to line up, dog motion right there. We'll reset. Westball going to hand it right to left. Going to get out of bounds, hold the clock up, and back in the ball game, number 32, Carter Osborne, the ball carrier.
It looked like that was Zach Emberton on the force out there for the Devils.
So saving the clock, 4.2 exits off the clock, 53 seconds left. Ball moved to the 27-yard line on a 2nd and 6 on board. And 13 seconds on the play clock. It's getting ifsy here. 9 seconds. They're just to the line of scrimmage. 5 seconds. Westfall sees the play clock at the other end. Snaps it with 2 seconds. They go left side. He's going to throw one down the seam. Left side. It's going to be able to contact. The catch wasn't made. But I believe Emberton made a good play, even though it was interference.
I'm not sure Zach meant to do that, but that's a smart play when you're talking about high school football.
So that's just a 15-yard infraction, not a spot foul like NFL. But that's what the NFL teams do all the time to get that long gain right there.
Well, I tell you, at this point in the game, I'm surprised Zach didn't have much help over the top from Dakota Garmin. It kind of left him out there to dry a little bit.
Guys, man-to-man, 0. They're going to take the ball out to the 42. So that's a spot foul. That was 30 more yards. So 46 points left. Ball spotted at the 42 of Rensselaer Central. So 1st and 10. 46 seconds.
Double safety now. Quinn came in to help out Dakota Garmin at safety.
So they'll finish shotgun. Cohen Westball. Single man in backfield. Slot left. That's going to be slot right. Here comes the motion. Drop and throw Westball. Left-handed quarterback. You throw across the middle. Pass is intercepted. He got it up tall, dropped it, caught it on the way down. Quinn Toll picks up his first interception of the season.
I think Joey Vaughtall got in there, got a hit on the quarterback just enough to have it sail high. And that's what you got to do, get pressure on a quarterback that's not used to throwing the ball deep, and came up on Blue Devils' way.
So Tipton takes over at their own 35. Tipton has no timeouts left, 39.2. I'm not sure what they'll elect to do here with no timeouts.
Well, with Quinn Toll, about anything I would guess, but I wouldn't think they're going to just take a knee.
So shotgun, Quinn Toll, Slade Springer, sing him in the backfield. Trips to the left, they're in a diamond shape. Without wide right is Dakota. Pass play. Dakota over the middle, nearly intercepted. There's a tight pass. It was a window, and right there playing good defense. Real good defense.
Yeah. Cale Stokes on the coverage there, but Quinn didn't have. He had, I believe, Slade Springer wide open down there on the side route, and decided to go over the middle.
So 34.5. Clock stopped on the incomplete pass. Devils break huddle. Play clock is at 12. They're at the line of scrimmage. They'll line up trips to the left side. Tight end right is Jaron Aller. Fake the handoff. Pass play. Left flat. Bubble screen. He'll get what he can. He'll get out to the 44. Ball's loose. Ball's loose. It's picked up by the Bombers. They're going to stop him? Yes. Quinn Toll's going to stop him short of the goal line. I believe he got inside the 5, near the 4. 20 seconds left.
Well, I said they weren't going to take a knee, and something could happen, and something did happen, but not what the Blue Devils expected. Yeah.
So ball's at the 4-yard line. The Blue Devils are going to give them an opportunity to pull to within one score on homecoming night.
Well, that taking a knee might have been the best answer.
So just inside the 5, first and goal for the Bombers. We're going to see a heavy dose of Ogborn. You know we are. 20.1 left. First and goal. Cohen Westfall. He'll hand off to Ogborn. He'll go left side. And Ogborn is going to get across the goal line. Great team. So Carter Ogborn puts it in the end zone. It's a 20-13 contest with 14 seconds left. Point after touchdown on the way for the Bombers.
Well, I'll tell you, we'll see what happens at halftime because, the Bombers are, got some new life here, and the Devils are probably a little mad that they let them back in the game.
So down the lead, there's the boom. Not quite as impressive as the first one, but it counts. Through the uprights, 20-14, 6-point game, Larry. The door is open with that missed extra point.
Yeah, it sure is, and I think the Blue Devils are, kicking themselves because they really kind of were outplaying them pretty handily there, and now they're only up 6 points.
Absolutely. I got a tip that comes in. Coach Toll's a Reds fan, buddy of mine, Mark Carter. You know who he is. Bottom of the 8th, Reds 7-4 over the Cubs. And Reds have hit 5 home runs. The Cubs have hit 2. They must be playing on a short porch.
Something there, juice ball or juice bat or something like that, right?
Absolutely. He says they're flying out at American Ballpark.
It's unbelievable. You'd think it's kind of hot and humid down there tonight, too, so that's kind of unusual.
I think they got juice baseballs.
Well, that could be also some good hitters, so.
So the Blue Devils back to receive. 14 seconds left before halftime. So they'll line it up. They'll spot it right there in the middle of the field. Again, the kicker, the number 10, John Jolley, as mentioned, about a 49.7 average. He kicked it to the 10. Last time he put it in 2 times ago, maybe it was. He put it in the end zone. Mahaney got out of the way of it. There's a line drive rope. For the whistle, there it is. It'll be about a 7 or 8 yard approach. Flag comes in much before the kick. Let's see what that is. It might be a sideline infraction warning. Might be the warning. We'll see. The line judge, that's the East line judge, going to let us know it is an infraction. So they can't do it again. I believe that's the penalty. That's the actual. So sideline infraction. They get one free one. They won't do it again.
Well, I hope they got a keep back coach. Get back coach. I'll volunteer for that.
I think, didn't Hank Schramm put that into action?
Exactly. I think he did. Oh, they're marking it.
So they're going to mark it off, so he'll definitely get a touchback on this one. So 15 yards. I guess they must have been warned before. So they are marking it off. And Yali going to get to kick off from the Blue Devil 45-yard line. You know he's going to boot it through the end zone. He'll probably put it through the uprights.
Kick a high one here and get it inside the 5. That might be what he's looking to try to do here.
This is looking more and more like the NFL kicks right here.
We'll see it.
So Yali going to back up. That's number 10. Yali John. Here comes the pitch. He's going to be on the ground. Squib kick, falling on the ball, picking it up out of the air. Zach Ridgway at 6'6". He had to fall down a long way.
I'll tell you, it looks like he obviously has practiced that kick before because it's a little squibby, and then it took a hop at about 15 yards, and nice looking onside kick, if you want to call it that.
The Blue Devils are going to have the football at their own 26-yard line. 13 seconds left. That kick took a second. Blue Devils line up under center. Looks like they're going to take a kneel down. So Quinn Toll under center first time tonight. Snap, he'll kneel down, and we'll go to halftime here in about 10 seconds. Clock's going to empty out, and the Blue Devils and the Bombers are going to take a little breather. And we'll see if they're going to put 20 minutes on there, Larry. We think they are. We'll see for the halftime festivities. We're at halftime, and the Blue Devils take a 6-point advantage to the locker room. Blue Devils 20, Bombers 14.
Yeah, again, I think the Blue Devils are kind of kicking themselves in the rear end because they outplayed the Bombers pretty well here in the first half, but gave up that late touchdown on kind of a fumble, scoop, and almost score. So I'm sure the Bombers also feel like, hey, we got new life. We're right in this ball game, and so they're going to come fired up, and let's see if the Blue Devils match that enthusiasm and say, hey, this is not right. We're not going to let this game get away from us. So good coaches talks on the halftime. I'm sure both coaches are well schooled in this, so they'll make sure their teams are up and ready to go second half.
So we're at halftime, and we do thank you for tuning in. We'll mention bringing this game to you is Edward Jones. Edward Jones Tipton. Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and the encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Kurt D. Hare. That's Kurt D. Hare, your Tipton, Edward Jones financial advisor. He understands this. And we'll mention that's why Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Tipton High School Blue Devil football on PutMeInSports.com. For all of your investment needs, call 765-675-9535 or visit EdwardJones.com. That's Edward Jones, member SIPC. We'll also mention bringing this contest to you is Lisa Stokes Bear. Lisa Stokes Bear, Century 21. She has a real estate IQ that is out of this world. And we'll mention Lisa specializes in residential and corporate relocations. She has a vast knowledge with more than 25 years of question answering experience. That's Lisa Stokes Bear. You can let Lisa look or let Lisa list. She knows that each home is precious. That's Lisa Stokes Bear, Century 21, Sheets Company. She's highly recommended. She's a real estate agent and a real estate broker. To contact Lisa Stokes Bear by phone or by text message, you can reach her at 317-513-4086. Again, her number is 317-513-4086. And we'll also mention tonight's broadcast is being brought to you by AGM Auto. AGM Auto, LLC. At AGM Auto, you'll not only be treated with pure professionalism, you'll appreciate their state-of-the-art diagnostics, and their well-to-do status for the AGM technicians. And AGM doesn't only work under the hood. AGM works toward the recovery and the restoration of the many now beautiful cars and trucks. They are now showroom treasures, and they have been. They are mechanically and cosmetically sound. They're just 4 miles east of Highway 31, US 31, right there at 266th Street. Your car could be next. To contact AGM Auto, you can dial them at 317-984-5283. Again, their number is 317-984-5283. On Facebook, it's AGM Auto LLC. We'll also mention tonight's ball game is in part being brought to you by Encompass Credit Union. If you're looking for a financial partner that is as community-minded as you are, welcome to Encompass Credit Union, North Central Indiana's premier financial institution. At Encompass Credit Union, they believe in putting their members first. Whether you're looking for lower rates on loans and higher rates on savings, or just a friendly face to help you with your financial needs, they've got you covered. Join them today and become a part of a financial cooperative that truly cares, with branches in Tipton, Frankfort, and Kokomo. They are there to serve the community. That's Encompass Credit Union, where community comes full circle. Visit them at encompasscu.org or at any of their convenient locations. That's Encompass Credit Union. So they're mentioning the festivities here. King and Queen competition. I think Larry might have went to the concession stand. But Larry's going to want to pick these NFL games because Larry don't know it yet. But last week, Larry picked incredibly well. He went 13-3, and he don't know that yet. I haven't told him. I didn't let him know because I wanted to get his live impression of when I tell him. But right now, they're talking about the King and Queen competition. 9:35 left on the intermission clock. We are at Rensselaer Central Bomber High School. The Bombers hosting the Blue Devils. This is the first game for both teams in the small conference division. There are 4 teams in that division, as you know. And right now they set up, like Larry mentioned in pregame, Rensselaer Central 3-1. Tipton Blue Devils second place at 2-2. This game right here, pretty big pivot point in the season for both teams. I know next week the Bombers will host Central Catholic Knights, and the Blue Devils are going to be on the road again by Fort Wayne, somewhat close. Heritage Patriots. That's going to be at Heritage. Here comes Larry, and we'll get him talking about NFL. And Larry Murdoch is walking in the back door, and Larry's hot. Larry's going to open another window. Get strong there. Get strong there. There you go. So Larry gets strong, open another window. Larry, we're ready for halftime. You ready to pick some games? All right, Larry, here we go. You need to go to Las Vegas because last week you went 13-3.
That's pretty good. I'll take that.
Better than 9 and 8 last week or something?
I think 9-7, something like that. We missed one game, so.
Well, that's because the first game we already knew a Thursday game, and we knew it.
I'm still way off.
Okay, here we go. You ready, Larry? Week number 3. Last night, the Dolphins played the Bills. Who do you think won?
I think, didn't I call the Bills on that?
So anyway, the Bills got a win. They went to 3-0, 31-21. That was a closer game than I thought it would be.
Yeah, that sure was.
Here we go, Larry. We got 9 1 o'clock games on Sunday afternoon. The 1-1 Falcons are at the 0-2 Panthers.
I'll take Falcons.
Okay, you're going to take the Falcons. Make a pen out. You take the Falcons, okay. Now, the 2-0 Packers are at the 0-2 Browns.
That's an easy one, Packers.
Okay.
The Browns this year.
Maybe not. The 0-2 Texans are at the 1-1 Jaguars.
Well, I think it's the Texans week.
We don't want to win. That's Colts division in AFC South.
Don't stop me.
Okay. All right, the Bengals. Got to mention this. Joe Burrow this morning had toe surgery. He's out for at least 3 months, maybe 3.5. And the Bengals are 2-0, and they are at the 1-1 Vikings.
Oh, I'm going to take the Vikings. The Bengals aren't the same without Burrow.
Did you know the Vikings quarterback, J.J. McCarthy, is out for maybe 2 weeks with a high ankle? And starting this week is none other than Carson Wentz.
Is he still alive? I didn't know he was still playing.
Carson Wentz lives about 4 or 5 houses down from TJ.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
A hard worker, and I'll mention this again, but Carson Wentz, my son came home about quitting time, about 5:30. Carson Wentz, while he was unemployed, he was waiting to pick up a job with the Chiefs. He was unemployed. He was out in the front yard with full gear practicing.
I bet that drew a crowd.
I tell you what, he's a go-getter.
Yeah, I tell you, you cannot, in the NFL, you can't discount a veteran quarterback. They've seen a lot of things, and just that knowledge can help them, and a lot of young quarterbacks.
When he was playing for the Eagles, his first or second year, he was in the MVP conversation.
Absolutely, yeah. He had a great run.
So you take the Vikings. All right, the Vikings. All right, the Steelers, they're 1-1. They are at the Patriots, 1-1.
I'm going to take the Steelers.
Steelers, that'll work. I think Aaron Rodgers played well last week.
He's doing well.
All right, the Rams are 2-0. They're going against the 2-0 Eagles, and I forgot to mention this last week. Matt Stafford, he is one of 10 NFL quarterbacks of all time that has thrown for over 60,000 yards.
I loved him when he was at the Lions, when the Lions weren't very good, and now he's on a good team and has a Super Bowl ring to show for it.
You think back, you don't see Stafford hand off that much.
Oh, he's been passing all his career.
Okay, so who are you picking, Rams at the Eagles?
I just think the Eagles are a more complete team.
As long as they don't use the push. All right, 0-2 Jets are at the 2-0 Buccaneers.
Buccaneers.
Absolutely. Baker Mayfield. He's something else.
How about a Mecca Puka down there, too?
That'll work. Okay, Larry, the Colts are 2-0. They're at the top of the AFC South. They're at 0-2 Titans. The Colts have yet to punt the football. And Colts Daniel Jones is second in the league in passing right now.
Yeah, everybody at the Colts fans that said hog when they got Daniel Jones are now praising him. So I'm going to take the Colts.
Colts, okay. All right. The Raiders at 1-1. They are at the Commanders at 1-1. And got to let you know that Jaden Daniels is out with a knee, and Marcus Mariota is filling in.
See, you're helping me out now, AJ, with all this injury.
I heard it's on the NFL today.
Okay. I'll change my mind then and go with the Raiders.
Okay, the Raiders, 4:05 games. There are 2. The 1-1 Bronconeers are at the 2-0 Chargers.
Bronconeers, is that a team?
Did I say Broncos? Did I say Broncos?
Bronconeers.
Okay, the Broncos. The Broncos are at the Chargers.
And what's the Chargers? 2-0? I'll take the Chargers.
I would too. I like Justin Herbert. Okay. 0-2 Saints are at the 1-1 Seahawks.
I'll take Seahawks.
Absolutely. Colts could have kept that guy. 420. I mean, not the Colts, but the Vikings. But 425 games. There are 2. 1-1 Cowboys are at the 0-2 Bears.
Gosh. I'm going to take Cowboys.
Oh, Coach Gosnell, not happy with you. All right, 2-0 Cardinals at the 2-0 49ers. No Brock Purdy.
Oh, I changed my mind. I'll take Cardinals.
Cardinals. They got the shortest quarterback in the league.
Hey, they sure do.
All right, the Chiefs are 0-2. Can you imagine? 0-2. This is Sunday Night Football at 8:20. Chiefs are 0-2. Giants are 0-2. One team is going to win probably.
Chiefs are going to win big, in my opinion.
We'll see how that works out. I like George Karlaftis. You know him.
Oh, yeah, sure do.
The 3 Super Bowls, won the first 2. What can you ask for?
Yeah, that's something nobody expected.
And Monday Night Football. The 1-1 Lions are at the 1-1 Ravens.
It's going to be a heck of a game. I'm going to take the Ravens. I think they got a better all-around team, defense, offense. Lions are still a little suspect on the defensive side of the ball.
Okay, Larry, I asked this question to Coach Toll in pregame. The Fever, Sunday afternoon, I believe it is, are at Las Vegas for their next matchup.
I really haven't been following that. I picked up a game here and there, but don't even know much about Las Vegas. So I'm going to say I think I'll take Indiana.
I tell you what, I'll take Indiana too, but Aaliyah Boston. Have you heard that name?
Yeah.
She's so good, and she gives great interviews, and she's well-spoken. She's 6'5".
Yeah, absolutely. She does a great job down low. So, I'll take the Fever.
I tell you what, they're missing about 6 girls, but I don't think they're missing them.
Oh, well, now, AJ, you give me all these injury reports for the NFL. You don't give me an injury report on the Fever. What's wrong with that?
You know, Caitlin Clark is out.
Now you tell me. Can I change my pick?
And Sophie Cunningham's out.
AJ, you need to give me this rundown before I pick.
And then,
is it too late to switch my pick?
I don't know all of them. I watched some of that, but I sure hope they do well. Because it seems like the state of Indiana does real well when the Colts win, the Fever win, and I got to say the Indianapolis Indians too.
Yeah, absolutely. I still think that's the best value in sports entertainment is the Indianapolis Indians by far.
A Fever building a brand new place to practice, but it's going to have some retail sales in that building.
Where's that going to be? Fisher's, I imagine.
Downtown Indianapolis, they tore something down to build it, I think. Oh, City Hall, or I don't know what to build.
Yeah, whatever. I'm glad they're doing that. Yeah.
So Indianapolis, they rely on their sports. They say we're small market, but I'm not so sure.
Well, and we do very well with getting, obviously the Big Ten tournaments, whether it be football championship game or that, and even the, Final Four. And so a lot of those sports events, even things that people don't think about, track and field, swimming, NCAA playoffs. So, that kind of helps the city all that much.
So they're stretching out right now. They put 3 minutes on the clock. Blue Devils are over there on their sideline, stretching out their hamstrings. And Bombers have already stretched out. They're over there in front of their bench area. 2:07 left of the 3 minutes they put back on the clock. And I will also mention tonight's ball game is in part being brought to you by Indiana Express Rentals. Indiana Express Rentals, when you find yourself looking for that dependable moving truck rental company, that high-quality choice isn't far away. You can call Indiana Express Rentals. They're located at the south edge of Noblesville, Indiana, at 1708 South 8th Street. Simply call them at 317-773-4800. 317-773-4800. Up to 26-foot box trucks available. And a truck with a Tommy lift can sure come in handy. That's Indiana Express Rentals. Their hours of operation are Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Saturday, they're open 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. You'll find Dirk. Dirk will be there to escort you around the facility. He'll pick out the best truck that best suits your need. That's Penske Truck Rentals. The name Penske alone takes any possible concerns away from any travel. That's Indiana Express Rentals in Noblesville. So, Larry, 40 seconds here. We got a second half coming up. It's just a one-score ball game. It could have been two.
Yeah, it should have been, but, Scoopin almost scored there at the end of the game, and that really took the steam out of Blue Devils. And let's see if they, like I said, get a little anger about that and come out with all guns blazing.
So the referees are out on the middle of the field, one of them holding a football at the 40-yard line. Blue Devils are going to receive. They deferred after they won the toss, so they'll defer, and then looks like they're going to go from the north to the south. From the north to the south towards the scoreboard. And we're getting ready for football. Whistle blows. 12 minutes on the fourth quarter clock. Say what a Friday night. I heard there's a college game on tonight, Larry, and we hate that.
Friday nights, high school football, Saturdays for college, and Sundays for NFL, and that's the way it should be.
So the Blue Devils are going to receive. That's the kickoff. For the Bombers is number 10, John Galilee. John Galilee, there's the whistle. He's a junior. He's 6 foot, 200 pounds. Here comes the approach. There's the boot. High end, under end. They'll be taken at the 4 by Isaiah Mahaney. He'll take it back up the middle. You go up the right hash. He's loose. He's going to run it. He's going to go up the sideline. It's the Rensselaer Central Bombers sideline. He'll shrug off a would-be tackler. He'll have to cut and get back inside. He's going to go inside the 15 to the 10. He's going to go to about the 6-yard line, maybe the 7. They're going to mark him out at the 7. I tell you what a run back for Mahaney.
I tell you what, strong runner, got some good moves, great body balance and body control, and he probably should have got tackled at about the 50 or 40 and got it all the way down to 7.
About an 87-yard return.
Yeah, he worked every bit of what he had on that one.
So Blue Devils start in good field position. They could get this back up to a two-score game in a hurry here, Larry. They probably had some conversation at halftime. Low snap. Quintoll picks it up off the ground. He'll run it left side. He might lose some yardage, but he kept the football.
Yeah, he did. 78 holding day on the tackle. They're all 300 pounds of them, but that's something we saw last week and hadn't seen it so far tonight. Those low snaps off the grass, and don't want to have that. You want to give Quinn every opportunity to make a play.
They started about 2nd and goal from the 7. It's now first and goal from the 7. Now 2nd and goal from the 8. Shotgun. Quintoll takes a snap. He'll hand off. They go left to right. Zane Durham going to get inside the 5. That West line judge going to spot him near the 3-yard line. 3rd and goal.
Yeah, I hate to see the Blue Devils giving up on the pass here, even though they're down inside the 10. I mean, it's not what they do best, and so we'll see what happens now.
This might be 40-down territory. Tell you what, where they're at, and it'd be a tough place to leave the Bombers should they not get it. Shotgun, Quintoll. Zane Durham is going to lean forward before the snap, and it's going to be an illegal procedure. They'll back up 5.
Yeah, kind of shot themselves in the foot on that one. I don't know whether the timing was off or what it was, but not what they wanted.
Zane was anticipating the snap, and he knew he had to get a block. And he was going to get the block, but they'll back up 5. So it's 3rd down, goal. And it's back at the 9-yard line for the Blue Devils. The right hash. Clock moving, 10:27, 3rd quarter, Blue Devils. Opening kickoff by Isaiah Mahaney. Took him to the 7. Dropping the throw. Quintoll looking left. Pass play. He'll work it back in the end zone. He's off target. Trying to find Ridgeway. And off target incomplete. It's going to be 4th down.
Yeah, I think we're going to have to go for it. The place kicking has not been the most sure thing in the Blue Devils playbook, so they're going to try for it.
So it's 4th down. Quintoll goes to the sideline, picks up a play. In the huddle right now, he'll probably tell it once. 18 seconds, they break huddle. 10:16, clock stopped. That means completion back to the end zone to Ridgeway. Shotgun, taking the snap, he'll roll left, looking to throw. He'll set down, he'll take a shot to the left pylon. It's incomplete. Trying to find where to pile on right there to Dakota Garmin, and defense was good.
Yeah, a little late on the outside pattern, so come away with nothing. It started off as, couldn't thought of a better way for the Devils to start off the second half, and all for nothing.
The Blue Devils going to play defense. Bombers get the ball on downs. They'll take over at the 8-yard line. That's their own 8-yard line at the left hash. They'll break huddle. Play clock isn't running yet for some reason. 10:09 on the game clock. Now it's running. They'll line up in a shotgun. Cohen Westfall, the quarterback. He's a senior. Calls the cadence, takes a snap. He'll go right to left. They hand off. Metzger, the ball carrier. The Blue Devils will pick him up after a gain. Metzger's going to pick up 4 on the carry.
Zach Everton sniffed that one out, but not after a 9-yard gain.
Meyer, 9-yard gain. Second down, 1. Ball resting at the 13, it's going to be the 18-yard line. And they're lining up in a shotgun. Single man in the backfield. Looks to be Ogborn. Ogborn going to get the handoff and go right. I'd try to break contain. He will. They'll pick up first down yardage. And Ogborn is going to take it out to the 25-yard line.
Isaiah Mahaney on the stop, but that's about a good 7-yard gain on that.
So Ogborn and Metzger, they're not using them both in the backfield much anymore. They did start this game that way.
I think they're spreading out the Devils a little bit, try to get some running room, and it's working for them.
So Bombers going to break huddle. Play clock at 12. Game clock moving at 9:02. Third quarter. 20-14. Blue Devils in front. Shot Cohen take the snap. He'll hand off inside trap lane. He's going to get number 40. Metzger, the ball carrier. You get a positive gain. And hard to tell whether they're spot him out at the 31-yard line, maybe the 30. They're going to respot it. Difficult way to spot the ball.
Yeah. Again, Dakota Garmin, safety, making the stop, and the gain is 7. So they're getting, a good 7-8 yards a clip.
So it's second down, 3, according to the scoreboard. They're going to line up in a slot, left side. Cohen, Westfall, shotgun. Single man in the backfield. Ogborn. They're going to hand off. Be caught in the backfield. We'll double check there. Actually, the ball carrier right there might have been landing. We'll double check.
Yeah, Ridgeway kind of defensive end, outside linebacker position was going the whole way, so he read that one out. But it looked like a blitz, and I think that's something the Devils might need to do is blitz some of the outside linebackers and try to get some penetration because they haven't got much of it today.
So tackle in the backfield, loss on the play. Third down and 2. Break huddle to the line of scrimmage. Play clock at 6. Last shotgun. Metzger in the backfield. And looks like the Bombers are going to use a timeout that they would have rather not used as the play clock nearly went under.
Absolutely. And AJ, you're slipping up today. It's 3rd and 8 rather than 3rd and 2 out there. So
we're not at Tipton, and we don't see the pure lines. And I tell you what, the other night I was doing a middle school game, and the athletic director only put the markers on one side of the field, and that made it hard when you saw the guy standing out there on the lines that you're trying to visualize where the ball's at.
I'm just trying to pick up the glowing lighted down marker.
Magenta.
Is that what they call it? Magenta?
I looked into them last year to buy one for Tipton, but when I didn't look too far when I saw it was $1,900.
Yeah, we'll use the old-fashioned kind.
Definitely. So 7:33 on the game clock. Third quarter. Straight out to the line of scrimmage. The Bombers going to line up. Play clock at 25. It'll start. Third down, 9. Goes for 3rd and 8. Shotgun. Metzger in the back and drop the throw is Westfall. Left-handed quarterback across the middle. He'll let it go just out in front of the intended receiver. And They were looking for number 1, Landon Bush, the junior.
That was a blown coverage. I don't know why Chase Hussey was going to be covering him, but again, Dakota Garman rotating over to help Zach Emberton, and Zach had his guy covered pretty well. So Dakota's got to rotate the right direction there.
So the Bombers going to line up in punt formation. 4th down. They're calling it 9. We call for the snap. Snap's a bit high. Yalali, line drive punt. Going to back up Dakota out to the 27. He'll take it on the way back. He's going to be tackled in. Hemmed in out to 33. So Dakota going to pick up 5, maybe 6 on the return. The Blue Devils will put this ball in play at their own 33-yard line.
Logan Metzger on a nice open field tackle. We've said his name quite a bit tonight, either carrying the ball or making tackles, and he's a great football player.
So they'll spot it about the 32.5. 7:17 left, third quarter. Blue Devils, second possession. This possession starting a little bit further back. 2014 contest. Blue Devils by 6. Going to pitch left. Ball carrier, Slade Springer. He'll break contain. They get a good positive gain. He'll get out to about the 38-yard line, and a good gain there by Springer.
Good running there by Slade. Looked like the snap count caught Zach Emberton a little bit off guard there. He was a little slow off the ball, trying to lead block out there.
So Springer picks up a gain of 7. It's 2nd down 3. As mentioned, Springer all the season averaging 6 yards per carry. He got 7 there. So you're going to line up the trips right side. Jaron Aller right there. They're going to flat. He'll get the catch. Jaron Aller picks up the pass. He's got a first down. He'll get out beyond the 45. They're going to say he stepped out, I guess, at the 44. But it's still a first down. Jaron Aller with his 12th catch on the season.
Landon Mush, on the tackle there from his outside linebacker position for the Bombers.
The ball's nosed up, 45-yard line. Clock moving, 6:28. Third quarter, Blue Devils, 1st and 10 at their own 45-yard line from the right hash. Blue Devils going to spin out wide left. Dakota Garman, right side. Zach Ridgway, Jaron Aller, tight end, right side. Pass play, left side, set down route to Dakota. To spin off a would-be tackler, he'll pick up 8 on the catch. It's going to be 2nd and 2.
Donnie Sellers in there at cornerback made the tackle for the Bombers.
Picked up 8. As mentioned, 2nd and 2. Ball moves into Bomber territory. Ball's at the 47-yard line. Shotgun, Quinn Toll, split out wide right. Zach Ridgway, wide left. Dakota. Single man in the backfield. He'll get the handoff. That's Slade Springer. Springer's going to pick up 1, maybe 1.5. A good tackle, but it's going to be just short of a first down.
Yeah, Stokes came up and read that and made a good tackle for the Bombers, but had a lead blocker out there that just kind of let Stokes go right by him.
So the ball resting, right hash. The Bombers' 46-yard line. It's 3rd down 1 for the Blue Devils. 5:14, clock moving. Methodical drive for the Blue Devils, taking some time on this drive. Shotgun quarterback Quinn Toll, single man in the backfield. The Blue Devils. It's Zane Durham. He'll box out in front, and a first down, designated run for Quinn Toll.
Yeah, Carter Ogboner on the tackle there for the Bombers. But, yeah, that was a designed run all the way for Quinn Toll, and he picked up enough for the first down.
So ball's just inside the hashes, closer to the right hash. Blue Devils have it 1st and 10. The Bombers' 43-yard line. Clock moving, third quarter, 4:44 left. Shotgun quarterback Quinn Toll. Zane Durham in the backfield. Trip to the left. Tight end right, Jaron Aller. They give it to Zane Durham. He'll go left side, 3 holes. He's got a first down and more. They're going to spot him near the 31-yard line. Zane Durham moves the chains.
Yeah, and Holden Day downfield, I should say 300 pounds. He didn't get there on his own. Some good run blocking there by the Blue Devil.
So the ball spotted right at the 30-yard line, middle of the field. Bomber territory, 20-14. Blue Devils in front. 4:08 clock moving third quarter. trips to the right. Slide left side, hand off the pitch, right side again to Durham. Durham's hot, give the ball to him again. He goes right, that breaks chain. And Durham is going to get their first down yardage. They'll take it to the 22.
Please wind it backing it up here. I don't know. Maybe a hold. Unfortunately, a hold on the Blue Devils.
So they'll back it up. They'll back it up 10 from where the infraction, about the 28. So they'll take it out near the 38-yard line. They'll have down over. So how do they do there, Larry?
Yeah, pretty good. You were on top of that one, AJ. Yeah, again that 10-yard holding on first down. They like to kind of start another drive. Let's see if the Blue Devils can overcome it.
From the 38. First down, calling 17 on the board. Shotgun Quintoll. Zane Durham in the backfield. He go out for a pass route. They'll throw it down the sideline. They were looking for Dakota Garman out in front of him. And Quintoll mentioning something to the sideline, but they'll go for another play.
Yeah, and, again, I don't know what you got for 2nd and 20, but I'm sure it's something with the ball in the air, so we'll see what they come up with.
Got to get half of it. Half of 20. So 2nd down, as Gary said. They got 17 on the board. Blue Devils to the line of scrimmage. Ball's at the 38-yard line. Bomber territory from the right hash. Chase Hussey in the backfield with Quintoll. Shotgun. Drops 2 steps. Look down the sideline. Lets it go. A bullet caught. That was Emberton. Zach Emberton's still up. He's going to get a couple of extra yards after the catch. That was a bullet and put it right on Emberton.
Zach, I should say, made a nice play on it there. It looked to me like he got a face mask, but nothing was called.
So Zach Emberton runs a good route and a good ball from Quintoll. So first down, Blue Devils. This thing, the ball spotted at the 17-yard line. 1st and 10, Tipton. Take him in the backfield, Chase Hussey. Shotgun quarterback Quintoll. He'll hand off to Hussey. They'll go left to right. He'll go up the middle. Hussey's still on his feet. He's going to get inside the 5 or right at the 5-yard line. And the Blue Devils pick up a first down. It's 1st and goal from the 5.
It looked like Ogburn on the tackle for the Bombers. But, yeah, Chase saw a cutback lane inside and took it and ran hard.
So Blue Devils are going to break huddle. Play clock at 20 seconds. Game clock at 2:56 and counting. 3rd quarter, Blue Devils on the doorstep again. Shotgun quarterback Quintoll. Chase Hussey in the backfield. You're going to hand off to Hussey. Left to right. 3 hole is in the end zone. Chase Hussey barely got touched. Hussey with another good run. Now Chase Hussey going to pick up his 2nd touchdown on the season on the ground.
Nice run by Chase and a nice block out there by Joe Vataw, number 59 for the Devils.
So the Blue Devils are going to go for 2. They're going to try to equal this scoreboard up. 26-14. That's a touch button, baby. So 26-14. Blue Devils going to try to even it up at 28. Shotgun. Zane Durham in the backfield. Pass play. Right side. Intercepted in the end zone. Can't return. He went to the surface. Difficult play to make. They were trying to find Dakota Garman.
Yeah, and, would have kind of liked to see a, drag pattern across the back of the end zone. So, again, just well defended.
So the Blue Devils put a score on the board here in the second half, 26-14. It's still a 2-score ball game. The Blue Devils would like to keep that margin.
Yeah, well, again, they had the ball down there and couldn't put it in, and then got the ball back right away, and the result this time was what they liked.
We'll also mention, Larry, Hope Jewelers. Hope Jewelers making this contest available to internet listeners. They have precious times, and they know precious times are made for precious moments. And Hope Jewelers are there to meet your every special need in the field of diamonds, gold and silver, etc. Stop in and visit Hope Jewelers in downtown Tipton. They're next to the Diana Theater. Hope Jewelers are located at 135 East Jefferson Street, Tipton, Indiana, 46072. You can reach them by phone by dialing 765-675-9720. We'll mention Hope Jewelers. They're open daily, Tuesday through Friday, 9:30 to 5:30. On Saturday, they're open 9:30 to 2. That's Hope Jewelers in downtown Tipton. The Blue Devils are going to kick the ball away. Again, we're going to see Nathan Hawkins. I asked Nathan Hawkins in practice a couple weeks ago. I said, "You still want me to call you Nathan?" He said, "Either one's fine." So he's grown up. He's a nice young man. Here comes the boot. Low elevation. Jump stop right there. Pick it up on the hop. Work it back up. The seam right there, left seam. And a different return. Central going to start this drive. They'll check here about the 33-yard line.
It looked like Slade Springer and Zane Durham on the tackle with the Devils.
So 33-yard line, 1st and 10, Bombers. Third quarter, 2:35. Clock's halted for the change of position. And the Bombers break huddle in unison with hand clap. So they'll line up 2 receivers left. They're going to slot left, single man in the backfield. Shotgun quarterback is Westfall. Here comes motion away. That's Mush. Going to drop to throw. Screen play. Middle screen caught. Be a gain of about 6. Go middle screen for Ogborn, and they're going to dink and dunk.
I think Nathan Hawkins saw that coming up, so he kind of stayed at home and made a nice tackle.
So no step to the 40-yard line. On a gain of 7 on the screen pass. There's a middle screen to Ogborn. 2nd down, 3. Westfall wants to ask the umpire a question. Got an answer. Line back up in a shotgun. Calling the cage to get the snap. He'll hand it off. They'll go right to left. Single man in the backfield. And right there, the Blue Devils to make the tackle. Going to halt his forward progress about the 38-yard line.
Hey, Zach Emberton came up there and make that tackle, and I'll guarantee you he was almost outweighed by good 85 pounds, I'm betting.
So 3rd down, 4. A pretty good size play right here for the Blue Devils.
It's definitely a big play for him.
So 3rd down, 4 for the Bombers. Ball at the 39-yard line, Bombers territory. Blue Devils trying to get out of this, trying to force a bunt. Shotgun. Cohen Westfall. Hand off left to right. Blue Devils are going to stop him prior to the 40-yard line. Ogborn, the ball carrier.
Will Walford coming, blitzing on that play and dropped him right as soon as he got the ball.
Not sure what they're going to do here. They're going to back him up. Galilee is going to back up in punt formation. We'll mention punt formation.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to try anything this early from inside the 40.
And Lions coach would. Here comes the boot. High elevation. Knuckleball. Taken at the 30 by Dakota Garman. They go 35, 40. Cross the 40 to the 45-yard line. Dakota Garman with a 15-yard return to the Blue Devils' 45-yard line.
Kind of a little awkward catch by Dakota. He first was going to catch it above his head like an outfielder and then jumped and caught it a little bit lower. So it was kind of a strange looking, but he got some good yardage off the return.
So from the left hash, Blue Devils put the ball in play. 1st and 10, Blue Devils 45-yard line. 31.7 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter. Blue Devils are on top, 26-14. Pretty good size ball game. Small school division. Shotgun. Quintoll, Chase Hussey in the backfield. Trip to the right. Going to hand off to Hussey. He'll go up the middle. He'll pick up 3. 3-yard gain for Hussey. And the clock didn't start, Larry.
This is kind of weird. So it's Metzger again on the tackle.
The clock is moving now to 26 seconds. The play clock is over top of the game clock. They don't have to snap the ball on this particular play. So I think the Blue Devils might just wait for fourth quarter action. Play clock is at 15, game clock at 10. So they're just going to take a breather right there out on the field.
Yeah, they're I don't think about it a little bit, and going to be a big fourth quarter coming up, and Bob's going to try to get their mojo going back again, and Tipton's going to keep doing what they're doing. They're starting to send some linebackers, so having a good time on that.
So the Blue Devils are going to take a breather. The Bombers just the same, and they're going to invert the field. Blue Devils are going to have it at their own 49-yard line. It's going to be second down and 6. After they invert the field, I tell you what, Class 2A rankings, there are 3 teams still ranked in Class 2A sectional 36. I know the Blue Devils are far out from being back in the rankings.
Yeah, well, they beat some of these teams coming up, and I'm sure they'll get back up there.
But you can't live on rankings. We'll mention the first 6 teams hold on to their spots from last week. That's Adams Central. And they're at Heritage tonight. Adams Central might wear down Heritage tonight for the Blue Devils game next week.
That sure would be helpful, wouldn't it?
So they're at Heritage tonight. Fine Jets are 4-0. Brownstown Central, the Braves are 4-0. Lapel Bulldogs, they're in sectional 38. They are 4-0. They're at Indian Creek 4-0 tonight. They both average 35 points a game. One gives up 8, one gives up 12. That's going to be something to look out on the way home. So Blue Devils going to line up 49-yard line, their own 49. Second down, 6. Shotgun quarterback Quintola, hands off, Chase Hussey. Chase Hussey, positive yards. He's close to first down yardage. He's going to get a good spot from this west line judge, and he'll have a first down.
Yeah, nice hold there from Grayson Witherill and Joe Vaughta, their center and guard, and nice running pass.
That might have been a generous spot. You agree?
I don't know. It looked pretty good to me.
You need glasses.
No.
Okay. So that knows it out.
I was just going to ask you, who's number 1 in college football? Who is? Do you know who that is?
Some team that acts like they're good. So ball's at the 45, Bombers territory. First to 10, Blue Devils. Slot left, they're going to hand off. No. Keeping the ball there, Quintola. He takes the handoff to Chase Hussey. I think that was a designed RPO or whatever it was.
I'm not sure you want to call that play too many times, but that was Ogborn on tackle there, and I got a pretty good shot on Quinn.
So he gains 1. Ball's at the 44 of Bomber territory. It's second and 9, Blue Devils. Just inside the left hash. 10:56 clock moving. Fourth quarter. The lineup split out wide right Dakota, wide left is Ridgeway. Pass play, finding Dakota, tip down, and good defense. You got to put that ball on him in a hurry.
Yeah, and I think Quinn, was a little late delivering that outcut again, so just needs to be about a half a second faster.
That's a strong arm throw.
It sure is. Yeah, that out pattern, you got to get something on it. That's why I think if he just reads it a little quicker and gets it out of his hand a little quicker, that's the completion.
So they respotted, 44-yard line, third down, 9. Ridgeway split out wide left, Dakota Garman right. Tight end left, Darren Aller dropping the throw. Going to be a long pass down the sideline, tall pass. Couldn't get to it. That ball was probably a little flat. Probably need a little bit more air under it.
I think Dakota had a shot on that. He's probably kicking himself for not making a better play on the ball, but it was a well-thrown ball, just not exactly where he wanted it.
The defense was not bad there.
They were on him.
So the Blue Devils are going to back up in the punt formation. So Dakota Garman, punter, right side. Left side is Emberton, Zach Emberton. So Nathan Hawkins going to back up in punt formation. There's some defense causing the offense to move. Let's see if they go by what they should go by. They're going to call it on us, and the defender caused that.
Yeah, I tell you, probably about 8 times out of 10, they're going to call the offense on it. He wasn't really in the neutral zone, so as long as he didn't cross it, they're going to go against the offense.
So the Blue Devils back up 5 for the illegal procedure. So Dakota should say Nathan Hawkins going to let the ball go at their own 41. He'll punt it away from the ball for the receiving. And They're going to slide into they're going to call this a touchback. He slid in. I think it was Dakota Garman. He touched the ball before it went into the end zone. Why wouldn't the ball be down? There's a flag on the play. Why wouldn't the ball be down? I think they're going to do that. He touched it before it went to the end zone. He slid in the end zone, but a high school game, ball's dead when you touch it.
Exactly right. But we'll see if it's coming back. It's on the defense, so I'm sure the Blue Devils will decline that penalty.
The receiving team going to pick up. They're going to earn the flag. As Larry said, Blue Devils going to decline. They're going to double check this. Ball is at the 1. Was that Dakota?
I think it was, yeah. I don't know why they're coming out closer to the 20 unless somebody got overruled. But no, it's down at the 2-yard line maybe.
So they're going to start there at the 1-yard line. Bombers 99 yards in front of them. A nice play by Dakota Garman, the gunner, on the Blue Devil side of the field. Let's change footballs here. The ball out that the Bombers want to play offensively with. They've got that right. J5B size. 10 minutes, 30 seconds left here in the fourth quarter from the 1-yard line. Dangerous situation. Blue Devils may record their second safety of the season. We'll see. So play clock begins. Shotgun, 5 yards deep is Owen Westfall. He's going to hand off. Blue Devils going to meet him right there at the line of scrimmage. Blue Devils think they have a safety. Jack Roach is signaling safety. And they say, no, it's going to be second down from the 1.
Nice play by Grayson Weatherow up the middle there to get him right at the line of scrimmage.
So at the 1 again, second down 1. Ogborn was the ball carrier, leading rusher for the Bombers this season so far. Metker, not far behind. They take huddle. 17 seconds on the play clock. Game clock moving, 9:52. Bombers are at their own 1. Trying to crawl out of a hole right there. They're going to hand off. Going to try to break contain right side. Blue Devil's going to, man, he might have got to the 2. But that was because he fell forward.
Isaiah Mahoney and not Zane Durham for wheeling that to him and 1 yard.
But that was Ogborn, and we got a Blue Devil on the surface. He's cramping. Guys are trying to help him. He'll come out for a play.
Well, that looks like Zane Durham. He's had a little cramping this week. I saw him in Burke Emmert's office, getting a little rub down on that hamstring. So I'm sure he's been going both ways as well. It's a hot evening, so that usually comes up with some cramping.
So a warm day got up to, I think, 91. They said the record was 93 back in 1940.
Well, it was sure warm enough today. I'm ready for fall. I'm tired of playing football when it's 85 plus, and and I know it's hard on the kids too, especially when you're talking about a small school that's having a lot of guys go both ways.
Absolutely. Let's get back to this 2A rankings. Number 7, Bluffton Tigers. They're 4-0. They climbed up a spot. They're at number 8 now. Same spot for Lutheran Saints. They're fortunate to be there. They're tied at number 7. Number 9, climbing up 4 spots, Northeastern Knights. We talked about them. Number 10, Linton Stockton. They climbed up 2 spots to number 10. Wheeler Bearcats, they're in the same sectional as the Bombers. Wheeler Bearcats are at number 11, and this is their first time in the rankings this year.
How about that?
And we'll mention at number 12, they lost a spot. Alexandria Tigers, they're in sectional 36 with Tipton, but tonight they are at 3A Mississinawa, 4-0.
Yeah, that'll be a matchup for them.
That'd be a toughie. We're gonna go back to live action. 3rd down, 8 on the scoreboard for the Bombers. They'll line up in a shotgun, waiting for the whistle. Play clock to begin. Umpire, here he goes. So he rolls the clock. Shotgun, Westfall. He's going to ask for motion, near motion. Single man in the backfield. He's going to drop the throw. He almost stepped out of the back of the end zone. Not too bad. Pass play. Blue Devil sideline. It's incomplete. And a good play defensively. He's going to step back up right there. And a good effort. They tried to get it to Mush. Landon Mush couldn't make the catch.
Yeah, Zach Emberton had him covered. Mush is a much taller man than Zach Emberton, but he had that played all the way, well covered.
Yes, he is. So they're going to punt the ball out of there. Blue Devils are going to drop their men back. Isaiah Haney and Dakota Garman at the 40. He'll punt it near the back of the end zone. High sky ball. They're going to let it drop. It's going to take a favorable roll for the Bombers, and the Blue Devils will have it at the Bombers' 45.5-yard line, right there in the middle of the field on that logo, that R logo.
We'll see what Blue Devils do now. I'm sure they're going to want to grind out some clock here, but, can't abandon that passing game that's been working well for them.
They spot it near the 46. Blue Devils have it first and 10. 9:07 left, fourth quarter. Change of possession. Clock will start on the snap. Blue Devils in front, 26-14 over the Bombers. The clock begins, first and 10. Slide left, split left side is Emberton. In the side, Dakota Garment. Shotgun snap. Hands off. In the back, let's chase Hussey. Hussey gets inside the 45, near the 44. Let's shoot her.
So coffin bug here, but that was, again, Carter Arkborn on the stop.
So just inside the 45-yard line. Of 1, second down 9 for the Blue Devils. Hussey going to jog off the surface. He might be cramping. They're going to keep him in the field of play. Nope. They're trying to stop the ball game. Chase Hussey sits down, but they're going to keep playing. So shotgun, hand off. That's Slade Springer. Springer gets a positive gain. He'll get near first down yardage. He'll get inside the 40, near the 37-yard line. And it's going to be third down and about 1.5.
Luton came up to make the stop, but he got the worst of it from Springer on that one.
From the 37-yard line, Bomber territory. Blue Devils will send trips to the right. Mahan in the slot. Zach Ridgway. Dakota Garman, left side, and hand off again. Springer, he slips up. Probably getting some condensation on that nice grass this time of night.
I think Metzger's going to get credited with the tackle, and he doesn't need any more of those. He's got quite a few under his belt already.
So Springer picks up enough yardage to move chains. First and 10, Blue Devils at the Bombers' 35-yard line, just inside the left hash. Clock moving, 7:40 left here in the fourth quarter. Shotgun quarterback, control. System in the back, he was playing Springer. Right in the slot is Ridgway. Split out wide left. Here's Emerson dropping the throw. They're going to throw one down the middle, looking for Dakota Garman. He lays out for it, couldn't bring it in. That was right near the goal line, double coverage.
Yeah, just off his right hand there. Couldn't get both hands on it, but I think if he could, that would have been a touchdown.
Oh, going to bring up second down 10. So they go for the gusto on a first and 10. They're ready to play again.
Yeah, it looks like Slade Springer is going to be the man in the backfield now with both Hussey and Durham out cramping up.
Shotgun quarterback, slide left, short side of the field, and a slide Dakota Garman. Other slides, Mahaney. You're going to hand off. Sing him in the backfield. That's Springer. Springer inside the 30. He'll get down near the 29-yard line. So it's going to bring up a third down and about 4.
Hey, would you like to guess who made that tackle for the Bombers? Mr. Metzger? Would that fool you? No, not at all.
Have you mentioned yet that Metzger on the season had 62 tackles?
You know what he had last year? 111. So he's well on his way to that same total this year.
Wow. Yeah, he's got 29 solos, 33. That was entering this game, 62 tackles. Shotgun. Quintoll going to take the ball himself. He'll try to get the first down yardage. I think he's just short. We'll double check here. Mark him about the 27. Yeah, he's going to be short about a yard.
Ogburn on the tackle, and he's got quite a few under his name as well tonight.
So Blue Devils huddle up. 25 on the play clock, 6:17 on the game clock. The play comes into the huddle via the legs of Quintoll. fourth down. They're calling it 4 on the board. It's 4th and 2. And Chase Hussey going to jog off in a hurry. And he's going to be fine. And they're going to bring a guy in off the sideline. They're going to call timeout. Got to call timeout here. Timeout's called because they brought Dakota Garman off the sideline. And he's got to be inside the numbers to be legal. Remember that? That's a college play. They put that rule in.
Act like he's over talking to the coach and never get out of bounds. But, that was not what they wanted.
So the Blue Devils call timeout. We'll mention, Larry, we'll start back up. Eastern Comets. They're at number 12 this week. They dropped 3 spots. I'll take that back. Number 12, they dropped 3 spots from number 9. Comets also in sectional 36. They're going to go against the tough Carroll Cougars. Carroll Cougars are always tough.
But, and so is Eastern, so that'll be a great game.
They're both 3-1. Number 14, 2 teams tied at 14. Staying at 14, Centerville Bulldogs are now 3-1. At number 14, dropped in North Posey Vikings, still 3-1. And we'll talk about this in a moment. So they're going to go to the line of scrimmage. Blue Devils have it. They're calling it 4th and 2. That little Bon Jovi music, they don't shut that down. Living on a prayer. And here, shotgun quarterback, Quinn Toll. Chase Hussey, Toll's going to take the ball. He'll go forward. He got a first down. Chase Hussey going to get it to the line to gain. He got it right to the stick, and they'll move the chains.
Yeah, Parker Capshaw in there now on as a wide receiver.
So ball spotted at the Bombers' 25-yard line, just inside the left hash. Blue Devils putting a methodical drive together here. 5:48 left, fourth quarter. 26-14. Blue Devils in front. Shotgun. Quinn Toll trips to the right. Tight end left is Aller. Going to hand off up the middle. Chase Hussey back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd down and 10.
Well, somebody other than Metzger that time, number 60, Eli Dixon on the tackle.
2nd 10. Blue Devils. They huddle 5 yards deep. Play comes in from the sideline. Via the legs, Quinn Toll. Toll, sophomore quarterback, 6'1", 175 pounds. Teams him in the weight room. He can lift some weight. Shotgun, Quinn Toll. Takes a snap. He'll drop 2 steps. Pass play. Spread out too far right. Trying to make the catch right there. Blue Devils. That was all or that was just off target.
And I think, Aaron might have slipped a little bit. You talked about, on natural grass here, been hot and humid all day, cooling off, and maybe a little condensation working.
So it's 3rd down. 3rd down 10. 25-yard line. Blue Devils break huddle. Just inside the right hash. Shotgun quarterback, Quinn Toll. 42-yard attempts from here. To roll right. Looking to throw, he will. Across the body, make the catch. Dakota Garman, they link up again. We'll see where they spot it, and it's the 1st down.
That was a Luke Belton on the coverage, and he had good coverage. Just, Quinn put it on the rope right where he needed to put it.
So Blue Devils move chains. 1st and 10, 4:54. Clock moving, 4th quarter. Blue Devils have the football at the Bombers' 15-yard line. Shotgun, Quinn Toll checks the snap. Slot left. Takes the snap, hands off. Chase Hussey. Chase Hussey going to get it down near the 10. They're spotting at about the 12. It's going to be a gain of 3. It's going to be 2nd down 7.
And senior Eli Dixon on the tackle from his defensive tackle position.
So 2nd and 7. They're calling it that. It's actually at about the 12-yard line. Yep, that's what they're calling it. 2nd down on the board. Ball's near the middle of the field. Toll brings the play in. 15 seconds on the play clock. Game clock at 4:05. Break huddle in unison. 8 seconds. They're to the line of scrimmage. Slot left. In the slot is Dakota Garman. Slot right side is Mahaney. They hand off. Go back in the backfield. That's Chase Hussey. Hussey's going to get it near the 10. So we'll take it to the 10. It's going to bring up a big fourth down.
Yeah, Dixon on the tackle again. I'm kind of surprised the Devils aren't taking a little bit more of the play clock, letting that bleed out a little bit and letting that game clock bleed down.
I misspoke. It's third down. Third down 6. Ball is nosed up to the 10-yard line. Bomber territory. Blue Devils bring Campbell 15 seconds on play clock. They're using that game clock pretty nicely. 3:18 on the game clock. Shotgun. Quarterback Quinn Toll. Zane Durham back in the line at single back. The pitch left side is break contained. He'll cut it up. He'll get just inside the 10. About a half-yard gain, and Zane Durham going to be helped up right there by a Bomber.
Yeah, Metzger again on the tackle by they've been pretty good sportsmen here for both sides. I've seen a lot of guys, slapping each other on the back and helping each other up, and you like to see that.
So play back 22. Blue Devils in the huddle. Quentin Toll still at the sideline. I'd be seeing their second timeout. I believe so right here. Play clock's at 10. And Quentin Toll's going to jog out. Play clock's at 5. He's going to call a timeout. And they use some time on the clock. And stop the clock at 2:23. Blue Devils called their second timeout, I believe, here in the second half. And Blue Devils going to have it when we come back. It's going to be 4th and 4. So what they got to mention this. Class 1A at number 1 this week are North Decatur Chargers. Coach Steve Stern. He's number 16 on the list of 115 winningest coaches, state of Indiana.
I had a time watching our boys play against, with him being a coach, and had some great success at Hamilton Heights. And that's not surprising.
I know Justin Shear pretty happy. I've been coached by Steve Stern. Pitching in his 11th year for the Chargers at North Decatur, he's 88-36. Overall, 175 wins, 85 losses. And he's working at a school with an enrollment of 314.
That's something to behold. So like I said, he just keeps doing it wherever he goes.
So Blue Devils to the last scrimmage. 4th down. 4th down 5. Ball's at the 9. Bombers territory. Blue Devils trying to get the first down, but if they leave the ball there, it's not a bad idea. Shotgun. Quinn Toll going to roll right. Looking to throw. He will. He'll toss it back to the end zone. Caught. Touchdown. Zach Ridgway scores his first receiving touchdown this season.
Okay, a nice touch on the ball back in the corner, and Zach did a great job getting his feet down, making that a touchdown rather than an incompletion.
So 6'6" target for Quinn Toll. So they're going to bring Brogan Berg back out. It's a 32-14 ball game. 2:16 left. Quinn Toll, Boulder. Grayson Withrow, the short snap. Brogan Berg. There's the hold, there's boot, and it's perfect. Brogan Berg looks like practice there.
Yeah, he hit a nice stroke on that one.
So Blue Devils going to keep the ball away. The 33-14 contest. 2:16 left here in the fourth quarter. And we'll go ahead and mention this, Larry. Look back. This is their national records, national leaders, I should say. High school, number 1 passer. He's a senior, Trevin Wall. He's from Utah. Payson High School. He wears number 3 on his jersey. 6'3", 195.
It's a good-sized quarterback.
That'd be nice. 100 completions, 151 passes thrown, 66.2 percentage, 1,466 yards, 14.7 per catch, 366.5 yards per game.
Yeah, that's pretty good. So I'm sure they don't run the ball a whole lot.
10 touchdown passes, 4 interceptions. 4 interceptions, that's a downfall. 91 yards, his longest pass play.
Yeah, I think you put up those kind of numbers and 10 TDs to 4 interceptions, they're probably all right with that.
Pretty much so. So that's the leader. Now, that's in 4 games. I think they played 5 now. 2:16 left. They started a week earlier over in Utah.
Well, I think the air must be light up there because it looks like there's another 3 from Utah on that top 5 list.
You're exactly right. So Nathan Hawkins going to boot the ball away, waiting for the whistle. There's the whistle. 7-yard approach. Here comes the boot. And under in, going to go veer right side, bounce a couple times, picked up at the 22. They'll bring it out to the 27. Might be a 5-yard return. And the Bombers are going to put the ball in play at about their own 27-yard line.
Chase Hussey on the stop there.
So they'll work it near the 28-yard line. Trade footballs. 33-14, Blue Devils in front. 2:11 left here in the fourth quarter. Homecoming night here at Bomber High School. The Blue Devils going to play defense. Bombers in the huddle. On the play. Right there. Quarterback Cohen Westfall. Cohen Westfall runs a good unit as a quarterback. Senior athlete for the Bombers. Going to line up in a slot right side. Single man backfield. Got dog motion. Left to right. Pass play. In the flat. Right side. Caught. You'll be a gain. There may be no gain. A catch made there. Landon Mush.
Zane Durham had that one. Red took him down as soon as he caught it.
So they mark it out to the 29-yard line. Right hash. Clock moving. 150. Shotgun. Going west on motion the other way. They call that dog motion. Here comes the pass. Trying to get away. Going to go up the sideline. Be out in front. Emerson had an opportunity there for an interception, but he elected to just knock it down.
Yeah, probably a good choice there by Zach. Bringing up third and 9.
So third down, Larry's right. 3rd and 9 for the Bombers. 1:39 left. Fourth quarter. Bombers to the line of scrimmage. Bombers have it at the 29-yard line. Right hash, shotgun. They're going to fake the handoff. Ogborn. Pass play, looking to get rid of it. He's going to let it go across the middle, just behind the intended receiver. We're trying to find 21, Donnie Sellers. He's a senior, 6'1", 170.
Yeah, I think he just turned his head. He heard footsteps there a little bit and just took his eye off the ball.
So clock stopped on the incompletion, 1:33 left. Fourth down play. It's 4th and 9. Bombers have the offense on the field. Drake Huddle in unison with a hand clap. The line of scrimmage. Both at the right hash. They've got a slot left side. Wing back right. It's the handoff to Metzger. Roll out left pass play down the field. It's going to be caught by Dakota Garman. An interception. Dakota Garman or Parker Capshaw could have caught him. A couple flags come in, and Dakota Garman going to get a good return after the interception, but I believe that flag is going to bring the ball back.
And just by his reaction, I think that's on Chase Hussey, probably maybe a crack back block or something like that on the return.
The interception will stand. Dakota Garman picks up his 2nd interception. Personal foul against the Blue Devils. They'll back that up. Dakota Garman picks up his 2nd interception, and nobody else on the team has any.
And you know that's one cardinal sin of a quarterback under pressure is throw it late over the middle and pay the price for it.
So they're going to back it up. Ball's going to move into Blue Devil territory. 1:16 on the game clock. Blue Devils will have a 1st and 10. I used to know that symbol. I'm going to look at that again.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that looked like. He was having a heart attack there, symbol, and, bring me the paddle.
So they'll work it from there. And then we'll try to. The Blue Devils have it. They'll go under center. They can kneel down. Zane Durham single back. The center takes a snap and Toll kneels the ball down. Tony Dungy calls that the victory formation.
Everybody does it, except for when was it? I forget who it was on the Eagles that they snapped it to him and he fumbled it and took it back for a touchdown.
That was the Giants. Giants snapped it, and Coach Herm Edwards picked it up, number 46, and the offensive coordinator for the Giants got canned
Because of that, yeah, I remember that.
The Blue Devils under center. When told, he'll call the snap count. They'll take another kneel down. 34 seconds left. Play clock's at 40, so they will not need to snap the ball again. And the clock's going to roll down from 25 seconds. Both teams are going to shake hands. So what, Larry? Last year, the Blue Devils got the win. I think it's 14-7. The year prior, the Bombers got the Blue Devils 33-0.
You're always going to have a good matchup with these teams get together during the season, and well played, well coached two teams, and a lot of good hard hitting out there tonight. So again, Bombers have no reason to hang their heads.
So Blue Devils are going to be on the road again next week. Not quite as far, but a pretty good length. They're going to be at the Heritage Patriots. Patriots going to host the Blue Devils next week. That'll be at 7 o'clock Eastern time. The time zone will be the same up there by Fort Wayne. And the Rensselaer Central Bombers are going to host Lafayette Central Catholic next week. Another 8 o'clock start for Eastern time. But that next week, the Bombers are going to have Central Catholic and another divisional ball game in a small school conference.
And like I said, LCC's 1-3, but that's probably a little bit of I don't know. They've always got a stronger team than that, so I'm sure don't know what happened, but I'm sure they're a lot better than the 1-3 mark.
So Larry, we're going to bow out of here. Pretty good length of time we'll spend in a vehicle, but that'll be fun. But we're going to bow out of here, and I tell you what, appreciate you helping. And tell us what you actually took away from this game.
Well, I think both coaches made adjustments, and both teams did what they did best. And when the Devils got up, it kind of forced the Bombers to do something that they're not real comfortable doing, throwing the ball around the yard. And when that happens, when you're forced to do something that you're not used to doing, you're probably going to end up on the short end of the stick.
Absolutely. We'll mention we do appreciate the hospitality. Hospitality tonight has been incredible, and we appreciate our broadcast quarters. They are nice. And we're going to bow out of here. Coach Toll, I'm talking with his team, and we'll mention, no matter if you're home or away, if you're doing the teaching and the learning, don't let him go. Keep the fire burning.